As I can.
Because, yeah.
Uh,
So we skipped a week due to scheduling conflicts mostly.
yeah.
Um,
This will be extra
yeah,
fun for the recap.
be a bit of fun. So who remembers what happened the last time?
Things.
Yeah.
Off.
Some of
things.
which involved characters.
Downtime.
Oh, right. Kane went off.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was me.
So
Yep.
what did we start with? Was it? I believe it was Alsana and Alaris.
Yeah.
Alaris had headed back home to Walton to say
Walton.
hi to family. Alsana had taken a round trip. I believe Kane and Calda stayed back.
Yep.
To explore the area a bit. So Alsana made her way, and she passed by Long Lake. Which, there's something there. We're not sure what, but there's something there. Went from there over to Walton, spooked some locals on the way, said hi to Aurora, and then, before that actually, I'm forgetting, she went to Threshold. Because she wanted to talk to someone in person. Tokuni, who sent a all caps fuck you to her in the mail. After her sending of a gift on the, was it the Day of Blossoms?
Feast of Blooms.
Feast of Blooms. Close enough. No. Feast of Blooms. She sent her basically a bouquet in the mail, compressed into a letter magically. And apparently it was taken as an insult in some manner. However, after a calming down from her grandfather, basically the idea that she sees the shorter lifespan people as she's willing to group them more into similar categories and expect similar things from them, and therefore go on assumptions of things she's learned before. Which Osana really wants to know what made her think of that as the first assumption, but decided it was maybe not the best time to ask. Had a not so brief conversation. Asana kind of invited her along if ever the opportunity presented itself, as well as she decided to try and take a full force blast of ice. And she was pretty well standing afterwards. Then she headed back over from Threshold over to Walton, then passing by the Sorenwood Shrine, which things are happening there, over to Soren, and then back through to Winsathor, basically taking the trip we took before. Stopping in there for the Boom Blast Day. Weird alchemical holiday where explosions were happening. Toward the town a bit with Morticia. Headed back over to the temple on the Green River, said hi to Auntie once more, and then returned back to the little spot in the Dragon Spine. Said before, but Lars basically kind of went to Walton, said hi to his family, spent some time, went back, and then Kane and Galda had a fucking conversation, which I'm gonna have the people who were there for it recap more.
Yeah.
Oof.
We got Kane's story and not how he got his name, but as to why the name is fitting. I would like to specify he got named Kane before that happened.
What was his brother's name? Did he ever specify?
I didn't say it in session, but I do have it written down.
Is it Abel?
No.
Okay.
No. We've been over this.
Bitch killed his brother, man.
Dren. I believe it was Dren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yep. Dren, who, interestingly enough, his was an interesting story. He and Kane got along when he first went there. As time went on, Kane ended up being less okay with the kind of vitriolic and toxic atmosphere that some of the orcs had, and challenged Dren to basically force him to stop. and accidentally killed him, but in a dishonorable way, and then ran.
Ta-da.
Yeah, it was very
It's like a brother
much better
turned into
said.
a corpse.
It's like the ultimate magic trick. Instead of pulling out the sheet from underneath the glasses, you just pull out the support on a building.
It's like a magic trick, but
And
you
the
actually
spinal
cut
column.
him in half.
It's like a magic trick, but you actually cut them in half. Yes.
Yeah, that checks out.
Factor aside.
Yes.
And they learned
And
how
then,
to fish.
yes, and then
They
Kane
cut-
got a solid mothering.
Yes. Calder like invited him, like if after this he wanted to stay so we could have a family, and Kane's scared for it, and Calder's like, "No, you're my son now."
God.
Which, like,
Ta-da.
forceful adoption is the best kind.
Oh.
Gross.
Oh man, there's a lot to lose if Kane kills one of Calder's kids.
Oh my fucking god. Why
See,
why would you put that out
'Cause-
into the
And
Yeah.
what we just heard here, folks, is what Kane's inner thoughts sound like.
Yeah, those are Kane's inner thoughts. He actually said it.
Yeah.
It's terrifying when Devin is Kane's inner thoughts.
Unbelievable that you can just put that out into the universe and it'll just
Look,
be
look,
out
all
and then
I'm saying
Arya
is
will
both
take
of them
it
are
like it's
used
a
to it
baseball
now.
bat and then just start wrapping barbed wire around it, and then one day,
It's
All
Kane will
right.
have to face one of Calder's kids in honorable combat
Or dishonorable.
or
Uh,
dishonorable.
Look, I'm just
I
saying
don't know,
it's,
that
it's
just kinda
neither of
seems to
their
be
first
Kane's
times
MO.
with rodeos. Anyways,
This is what a chaotic recap.
Yeah.
that happened. Then the group met up again. And proceeded to go and do the shrine. Asana now has 5th level spells. Kane and Calder now have cantrips.
Yeah,
Why does it always come down to me fighting kids?
I don't know.
That's a question only you can answer, Conrad.
I can't answer it.
We're gonna end up burning down an orphanage in this campaign. I swear to God.
No! We're not in cities enough for that.
Okay,
You'd be enough of an idiot to do so unwillingly, though.
Sandra
Huh?
totally burned down an orphanage. It's canon.
It's canon. He totally burned down an
Shit, he's
orphanage.
the DM. He can just decide that thing.
Yeah. Back to this game though. Was there
Yeah.
anything else after that?
Mm.
We just kind of started making our way from there down to
Yeah.
the entrance of the Greenwater Wood.
One last thing of note, I guess. As Alaris was relaxing in Walton, he did have a dream from a
Yes.
Yes.
However, it is cryptic and it is for him to puzzle out.
Yeah.
So, wait to see what you do with that information.
Yeah.
So, we
Ask
start.
Asana if she'll interrogate him for you.
Oh God. I don't even remember the dream. It's been so long.
Lucky for you, it's recorded.
Thank God. Yes.
Fun.
All right. In that case, we start on the first day of the month known as Glorious. It is a grand day, one of the first days of the week.
Asana
Moon
kinda-
is
Okay. Sorry.
the full moon has gone down, and you've woken in the morning to a new sunrise. It looks to be a clear, beautiful day.
Asana kind of gets up and stretches and looks towards the forest kind of laid out in front of him and just, grand and glorious day it is.
Of note, you are starting in the shrine area. It'll
Oh.
be one day's journey to reach the forest.
I thought we said we moved that way at the end of the last session.
Maybe.
Am I forgetting, or?
You were gonna move that way.
Okay.
You ended last session flat out right after the shrine.
Okay.
So I haven't actually moved anybody. And if you want to, I'll allow you guys to skip ahead. I didn't have anything planned for that first day.
Okay, okay.
It'll just be the second of the month.
Okay, we're gonna.
Well, I'll say either way, Alsana is very happy to be going towards the forest.
On the way, he might just kind of find Alaris and be like, "Hey, can you help me out with something?"
Sure. What is it?
Where is the nearest? Asking this out of character. Where is the nearest fruit?
Where's the nearest fruit? What do you mean by that?
Is there a fruit on a tree or a bush nearby?
Probably.
Ariel?
Roll perception.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Two, two.
22.
Hey,
I
two
was
twos.
You said 2 3 times, so you
Hmm.
were technically right, but also technically wrong.
Roll again, get another 22, then I'll be right.
No, because it'll be 4 twos.
No, yeah.
No, but it's two 2s.
Okay.
Ah.
Anyway, with a 22, you notice there's a bush full of berries off to one side. It's perhaps a little bit too early for some of the fruits to come up on trees. It is kind of moving into the warmer part of spring, heading towards summer at this point. So trees have been blossoming, and some of them have just started to put out like new green berries or like very small, hard buds that are going to become fruit. But there's nothing like fresh, full apples just yet. However, you do take note of these green berries and fruits, despite their relatively higher rate of blending in with the foliage.
You'll basically pluck a bunch of them and just ask Alaris to keep throwing them at him, so he can basically swing his sword at it and try to get the timing right for moving blade as they walk. Yes, for ninja. Thank you.
All right. It's not going to be too much of a issue if Alaris go ahead and do a dexterity check.
Dexterity
for-
check.
Wait, hold on. I'll hand him my infinite snowball.
Your what?
Oh,
My
okay.
infinite snowball, and we can do it with
Yep.
that.
All right. Alaris, Kane hands you a snowball, perfectly round, perfectly cold, not
I-
melting a bit in your hand.
Well done.
Throw it at me.
Oh, okay. Dexterity check.
I believe so. What did I say were the rules for throwing that, Kane? Conrad? 20-foot range, dex check to throw at someone. Yep, make a dex check. Yeah, 15. I'll say that it wouldn't actually, impact you in a vulnerable place given your armor, but it does fly at you. So
Alright.
you can go ahead and make that swing.
He's gonna swing at it with. Just keep it easy for now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Hey, bada.
Hey, bada. Yep.
Hey, bada, bada.
Um,
I'd say 15 would
Hey, bada, boom!
be-
Let's see.
Would he have
Uh,
to, like,
15 would be the
do the
AC.
dexterity check, or?
The dex check was to throw it. I did not think through the AC of a snowball in motion. Yeah, let's go ahead and say, for the sake of this, that a 10 will hit. It is practice anyhow. So, Kane, you swing, and the snowball pretty much explodes between the sword and the thunder damage as the blade itself, as it makes contact, seems to pulse suddenly with energy.
And
And
just,
there's
like,
this low boom.
take a deep breath in, like, oh, I'm gonna enjoy this. Throw it again.
Alaris, the snowball reforms in your hands a moment later.
Okay.
Oh, Alaris is going to beam you up. Nope. It is on a fast course right towards your face, but you just barely managed to get the sword up in front of it in time. And you hear another boom as the snowflakes scatter.
Does Alsana hear this?
It is clearly audible.
She floats over, watching.
He has a wild grin on his face, like, oh boy.
Hey,
Have fun
Lars,
with
can you,
it.
Lars, throw it
Yeah?
my way.
Okay. And he throws another one.
I like to imagine Lars is doing the full, like, baseball follow-through.
Yeah.
Like, leg in the air and everything.
Yeah. He's playing
Fastball
catch with the
special.
sun. No, this isn't catch with the sun. This is like full like Walton baseball team like pitcher. Just forget the curveball, Alaris. Give him the heater. Okay.
The more competitive snowball fights with Aurora.
Yes.
Yamamoto, pass.
The snowball streaks straight towards the middle of your chest, Calder. Alaris has really good aim, even with a snowball, it seems. But you point with the Eldritch Blast, and how do you flavor the energy of your Eldritch Blast? Any particular way?
Just like a bright, like maybe a little bit of bluish. There's some reds and silver sort of sticking out of it, and just two hands out and just blasting it out, and jumping back.
Like a firecracker streaking through the air, throwing up
Technicolor
flashes
green
of
beam.
red, blue, silver,
Technicolor green beam.
and it impacts the snowball head on, and it almost might have hit her. It was very close to her when she fired off the blast.
Also,
It
I
is
was
a
like
first attempt.
leaning forward off her broom. It's like, wait, what?
Oh, that shrine was amazing.
She's looking at both of them.
I have magic. And it doesn't
Yeah.
hurt.
It doesn't use energy.
Her teeth kind of like slide across each other.
He looks up at Alsana like, catching up to you.
Shrines
Well,
do
I'm
give
not, but
magic,
this is
and
fun.
they did probably take the magic part of the shrine, Alsana. You can't get mad at them for that. That's the whole point of the shrine.
Didn't you get any magic too?
I certainly did when I went and got the shrine.
It's kind of just looking discontently at the two of them. More so Kane.
Big grin in his face.
Hey, I don't have anything to hit from far away. You guys got your far away stuff. I don't.
I'm right here.
I actually got a closer range spell when I got mine, and it's just a couple of arcane words, but yeah, that's fun. It's fun
Cool.
Get
getting
something-
new spells.
What was the new thing you got, Alsana?
She just kind of goes, a bit more. Here, you know what? You want to try out your things? Here you go.
That's not a
Oh.
cantrip.
Oh,
That's
what?
not-
No, he's
Okay.
doing something else. Go ahead and roll the D100. Let's see what your luck is like. It should be fun, but we'll see.
It also takes a minute to cast.
Yeah, you are muttering to yourself for a while. In the meantime, Alaris, you do have the snowball
Oh.
back, of course.
Oh, I'm out of here.
Okay, Alaris, you're
Not
kind
like
of...
not full 500 feet, but like just far away enough.
All right. What would you consider far away enough?
Couple houses length,
So like
couple
30,
streets over.
40, 50. Okay, further.
feet, yeah.
120
Alright.
feet.
120 feet, yeah.
The spell is cast
over.
normally, no strange effects. It does not tug out of your grasp or behave oddly. There's a little twinge of strangeness to it, but it runs under the surface and doesn't seem to affect anything. So, what are you summoning? 1 elemental, 2, 4.
I'm double checking real quick.
In the meantime, Kane is just like, Calder,
Okay.
shoot me.
No, I'm not going to shoot you.
What if I could hit you back?
What if we run into something?
Before we go to rest.
Yep, she's going to pop in
Sure.
4 frost methods
Target practice.
All right.
as
Four
she's
ice
kind of
meth-
like sat on the broom, and again just like you see the tension in the like neck and jaw just a little bit, eyes closed, and she's kind of doing the Dragon Princess drawing runes in the air with the ash dripping off her fingers.
Okay. And with that, there's kind of the sound of almost twisting ice, that high-pitched scrape, scree, and snap. And popping into the air around you are a quartet of small, icy, winged beings. You've seen them before. So we've got some ice mephits, and I do not know that I actually have any sheets for them, so I'll just
I have the
open up the general.
yeah, I
Nope,
have the one.
I do. I do.
Okay.
There it is. All right. So these things come into the world. I do not have a map. probably arrayed around you fairly closely. Alsana, they are in your command and they are friendly to you and your companions. So they're just kind of floating around, fluttering their wings, looking around at the world, taking it all in.
She commands two of them to go after Kane and Calda, one each.
Okay.
Awesome.
Right.
Okay, let's do it.
I have no map, so we're just gonna kind of
Theater of
use...
the mind.
Method.
Yeah, we're gonna use Theater of the Mind, and we're gonna use the world map for the sake of tokens and any initiative. Okay,
I can work with Theater of the Mind. I'm quite a method actor.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh.
That's really
Great.
good.
Nope, never mind. I'll create a new page. I'm just gonna move you all onto that. So 1 second. So it is a blank white page, but there are trees, there are rocks. There's a bit of varied terrain, but not too much of great note.
Kane is ready to fight at all times.
These things are small. They might be roughly called a size, actually.
Alsana is just on her broom up in the air, kind of kicking her feet excitedly.
All right, 2 each on Kane and on Calda. Was that correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Copy. Elaris, you have gotten your distance.
Yep. I'm good, bro.
You still have the snowball in hand.
Yeah.
Use all the
I'll,
methods, they need a snack.
For the heck of it, let's put some bouncy on.
See, Ariel, there's
Yeah,
no
that's
planning
not
for
bad.
where we go.
No, there is not. Actually, this is amazing plan time.
Yes!
It'll come on in a second. All right, and I need to roll these guys initiative. Should they all go at once, or should I have each one individually? You know what? There's only 4. I'll do each one individually just for the heck of it.
17, 17, 17, 17.
That one. Yeah, just yeah, they're fairly varied, but some, of course, are going to go in a row because there's only 2 of you. All right, Kane, I think your dexterity is higher than +1. Yes, it is. So you go before that one.
Probably.
All right.
He's gonna switch to his glaive and just run towards it full tilt. Like, let's go!
Yep, you see this thing start to make an aggressive move after Alsana gives it some kind of magical order, and you get the jump on them. So go ahead and give me your glaive attacks.
He's just yelling, "Thank you, Alsana!"
Are you going to
With that
move and
hit.
blade this?
Oh, absolutely he is.
It's training time. 21 definitely hits. 9 slashing damage plus 7 thunder.
Yeah, Alaris knows when to let the kids have their fun, so he's just gonna stay out of it.
Kids.
All right.
He's the dad.
Yeah,
Let
call
Kane
it
have
Older
his fun.
than you.
All
I
right.
know.
You stick the blade in one of the
Only needs one-
wings,
there only needs to be one parent for supervision.
and the thunder energy kind of
Alaris doesn't have to be there.
bursts from your hands and almost flies up the shaft as a ripple in the air before hitting the blade where it's currently embedded in the ice method, and then poof, carves out a sizable hole in its side. This thing shrieks and tips sideways in the air, but barely catches itself aloft. It has not fallen. That was your action. Anything
Alsana's
else?
kind of shouting from the top, freeze him to the bone!
Kane will take 2 steps back and just wait with his glaive in his hand.
Okay. This ice method is closest to Calda, so it's going to swoop in nearby. And since it's just been told to freeze you to the bone, it's going to go ahead and use its frost breath. That's a dexterity saving throw, DC 10.
Alrighty. It's an
You
8,
take
but then
5
still
cold.
halved.
Okay,
Yep.
very good.
We love
Alright.
that 2-person.
Well, also, you passed because you're... Or
And my aura. Technically 12.
All right.
Sorry, I'll throw Alsana in
So
there
you
too.
so you passed for, yep. Let's see, you passed for half damage, and then you take a further half. I don't remember if I was... Am I making that 0?
That can
I've-
be 1.
I've played... Yeah, just take 1.
Mm.
You get a little
Yeah.
frost in the eyebrows. I've played so many games that treat that differently that now I don't remember what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's why I make a house rule document now.
Yep. Okay, that one's turn as it flaps in your face, screeching, with the last little bits of frost curling from between its teeth. In the aftermath of that attack, which apparently did not do much to you. This one is the one that Kane just attacked. It is going to kind of seem to dart this way and then suddenly try to swoop around to this side as if it's trying to take you by surprise, but
And then it
you see it
explodes.
moving. And then it attempts another frost.
Well, no, it explodes first, because that's when the thunder damage goes off.
So
moves.
it does. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. So it darts sideways, and you're right. Just as you see its little skinny chest puff up like it's gathering breath in order to do what that one just did to Calda. But just then, it's almost like that inhale swells and swells, and you see this panicked look in the tiny beady elemental eyes as from the inside, its entire chest just poof outwards.
It's like,
Big smile on his face.
Alsana leans forward on the broom. It's like, oh, come on!
Calda.
It works!
Alright, one's in melee. I want a normal attack because someone use Eldritch Blast, so I'm gonna Vow of Enmity it as my bonus action.
Okay.
Well, it all stops, folks.
So that
Advantage, go.
two normal attacks because it's in melee.
Okay.
I'm doing the one in front of me. One.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, come on. And two. Alright.
Oh my god. They both hit.
Both hit.
Hey.
Both do 1
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you're not used to using the spell yet, and it's also is up close. Despite putting Vow of Enmity on it, perhaps the pulse of power behind it isn't quite what you were hoping to get. It you haven't learned to let it build up and then fire yet, but you're getting the hang of it. All right, these
Yeah.
two. This other one is closest to Kane. He's gonna go for him, seeing his buddy just got exploded by thunder damage, technically, like, up here. He's going to get just close enough to exhale a frost breath on you. Kane?
Alright.
DC 10 Dex save.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make it half damage.
Is this considered magical damage?
It is magical damage.
Have it again.
Yep, so that's down to 1. As this thing kind of does this chittering noise and circles far up. He's staying like 15 feet above your head currently,
Bastard.
just out of reach. He's got some intelligence to him. He learned. This one is going to swoop over towards Calda, and as it closes the distance, it's also going to use its frost breath. So DC 10 dexterity save.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So pretty much 1 damage. And it closes the distance on your other side. Essentially the two of them flanking you. No, we're not playing with flanking rules, but they're still being tactical.
Yeah.
Kane, you've got one that's out of reach, but is kind of circling around and around you in an annoying fashion. Whoops. Work.
Absolutely terrifying, thank you.
Terrifying. Yeah.
Click and drag the wrong point. The two near Calda are much more within reach if you just cross the distance between the two of you.
Cold, are you good?
I'm good. I'll be fine.
Alright, you said 15 feet, right?
He's up there.
Lunge.
Yep.
With the glaive.
You kind of get
With the
underneath
booming
it
blade.
and jump upwards, lashing.
Yes!
Yep, and you see it. All right, 17 total.
19 total, because lunge does extra.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yes.
19
that's
total.
Amazing.
As I want to say at that point, it's not dead, but you've managed to carve and blast completely through one wing, and it just sort of plummets to the ground and shatters on impact.
He just grins and then points his glaive at the two, like, come on, you ruddy bastards!
Altana, you're actually like down here, but it doesn't matter. Are you +1 or +2 dexterity? It
Uh,
probably doesn't matter.
+0.
Yeah, okay, you're there. All right, these two. Let's see. Oh, that one is dead, so it's actually this one. I'm going to see if it gets its frost breath back. That's a d6. And it does not. So this one is going to, it's going to go ahead and strike out with its claws at Calda. That's only a 12 to hit. They scrape off your armor. There's this shriek of ice on metal. And it's going to hold position. Alsana, you're watching all this happen.
Mm,
Any words to say?
she might just yell, "Stay close to them!"
You hear a, "At it!" as of acknowledgement in, if you speak Primordial,
She,
Aquinaroran.
she does not, unfortunately.
All right, you hear a couple of syllables with that general kind of emotion behind
Joy.
it. Calda.
Cole's gonna look at Kane just like, I need you to get me a bit further away, and 2 more Eldritch Blasts at the one at the top that you vowed.
Yep. All right. Yep, both hit. Both hit. So 3 and 8 for 11. It's starting to look rough as you are kind of getting more the sense of how much power you're putting into it. So far, your aim is okay, though. That last one you think was a little bit shaky, but it still clipped it hard and managed to clip it in a way that kind of fractured a little bit of the elemental ice holding it together.
Alright.
Anything else?
Double checking bonus action, but I don't think I can do anything else with bonus, so I'm good.
Okay. Let's see if this guy gets his frost back or no. He does not. So he's going to, once again, like the other, lash out. Oh! Yep. All right. The
Alrighty.
cold damage is, of course, halved, but you do take the 5 slashing, unless that's reduced in some way. I don't remember anymore.
Nope, not reduced. We're good.
All right.
Is it
As
piercing?
it, it's slashing. That the claws are doing.
No, sorry, go ahead.
You see the claws lash forward, and actually, instead of aiming center mass at like your chest where the armor is, this time it suddenly slashes up against your face, and you feel a cut open against your cheek. The cold burns, but not as much as you know it might. Somebody who hasn't undergone the various blessings and enhancements that you have. Kane, it's your turn.
All right. He's going to. Which one is injured?
The heaviest injured is the one north, upwards.
All right. He will swing towards that one.
Okay.
Just normally. And then
All
with
right.
that, he's going to use his.
That's enough.
Reposition ally.
All right.
RL,
Yes,
that one was within 5 feet.
so it was. Death first.
Hey, Devin, bitch.
Calda, DC 10 dexterity saving throw. You are fine. You take half the slashing damage, so that's 2. As a couple of
Gotcha.
shards of ice, you put your arm up in time to protect your, pretty much your one vulnerable area, your face and head. But a couple of sharp bits kind of score a small cut on your forehead and
Alright.
Sorry, Calda. Get moving.
Calda's got a little bit of
It's
blood
okay.
on her face right now, but nothing serious. You've seen worse. She scoots on out. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Kane?
No, he'll just maintain his reach right there.
Okay. This little guy is the one that just went. Alsana, you are watching. You're down to 1 Mephit.
Is that one method hurt?
Let's see. Nope, it is untouched.
Okay.
You can hold an action if you'd like.
She's considering.
Hmm.
Oh, I know what she'll do. Oh no, that's concentration. Never mind. Because then they'd go away. Oh man. She will. Ah, that's concentration too. And I don't think she can harvest Scythe into the Mephit. Yeah, she'll hold an action and she'll tell the one remaining Mephit to go for the tall one.
All right. Oh, quick note: is the action you're holding a spell? Because if so, that's concentration. I just remembered that.
Okay, yep,
just
never mind.
remembered that. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna tell the Mephit to go for the tall one.
Mhm.
All right. Order has been given. Calda,
Alrighty. 2 more Eldritch Blasts.
go for him. Hit and just miss. The first one hits and does it with enough force, apparently, that it actually makes the Mephit spin in midair wildly for a moment, streaking the whole time. But unfortunately, the wild windmilling means that when you aim the second one, it just skimming over the top of it as it comes to hold a position again.
Alrighty, she's gonna just swing. I'm gonna get an attack of opportunity, probably swing right behind Kane.
All right. We'll go ahead and have it lash out with the attack of opportunity. That's a 13, so it misses.
Okay, I'll get
Okay. All set. Let's see if he gets his frost breath back because you are well lined up. No, he does not. So, left with that, he is going to swoop on down and he's going to scratch with his claws. 19.
That
Does
will
that
hit.
All right, 2 slashing and
Nasty.
4 cold. Unless you resist any of that.
Nope.
Okay. And so finally, this Mephit gets claws into Kane, who has up until now, I believe, remained fairly untouched. Maybe a
Took
little
1
bit
damage from a cold
frosted.
breath, but yeah.
You've had your eyebrows frosted. This one actually managed
Frosted
to dig
tips.
claws right into like the side of your neck, top of your shoulder, where a bit of armor is slipped aside. It
Okay, I'm
tears a
gonna look-
couple of furrows and pulls back, bearing nasty, gnarled teeth at you.
Kane's gonna look back and call down and go, "Want some help?"
If you need it, it's alright. I got this. If
Perfect.
you got first breath.
He's gonna try to grapple it by grabbing it by the wings.
Okay, go ahead and make your athletics check. We're gonna see if this guy. He's gonna try yeah, that's probably not gonna. Nope.
Yep.
All right.
Holds it by the wings above his head and turns his face away. Kill it!
Yep. You have claws kind of waving in your face as it scrabbles.
He'll just
Asana, anything?
be there when he does that.
Is that one hurt right now?
It is hurt.
All right. Go ahead. Fight, freeze, win.
And it's back up to full.
Hey, Devin.
And healing
You
energy just washes over, and you see the. It's almost like the words leave Alsana in a puff of cold air that washes over and seals the various cracks and fractures in this thing's side where I believe an Eldritch Blast had hit it earlier.
Yeah.
Alsana
Hey.
could have easily moved closer if need be.
Yeah, I know. You saw me checking that, Ariel.
Okay.
Yeah, Devin,
Is she?
65 feet. You are 65 feet away.
Uh,
There we
there
go.
we
All right. Calda. I'll go ahead and allow the help action. Let's just go for it. It's a silly fight anyway. You get
Okay, one second,
advantage.
just checking some.
Yep.
Okay, weapon. That's weapon attacks. Is this weapon attacks?
what is?
What? That's a weapon
spell
attack.
Terrified
No,
what's about to happen.
I was checking 2 different spells. Okay, we're good. Okay, advantage. I was checking divine favor and Hunter's Mark. They're both weapon attacks. Ooh,
If you
no.
got hex though,
I do not. It's not a Cleric spell.
hypothetically, I mean.
Click. 1.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Ooh!
Ooh, boy.
Makes up for the double ones earlier, damn.
Yep. All right. 20 damage as a Kane is holding on to both wings. The wings stay in place, but you see the chest of this Mephit is almost completely carved out by these twin blasts that have shuddered through it. You see limbs are barely holding on. It is hardly alive at this point. It is just weakly now struggling in Kane's grasp, but it's still holding on.
All right.
Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Alright, Ice Mephit, one last chance. He does not get the Frost Breath back. And he's gonna just weakly try to reach around and one last jerk of energy try to rake claws against Kane's face. Unfortunately, they fall. Well, unfortunately for the creature, fortunately for you, they fall short, swiping just in front of your face, and you see its arm actually crack and into the grass below.
Kind of just like starts swinging it like a bat. Just like, no, stop it, stop it. Just gonna spend his turn tormenting it.
Alright, you give it a little shakes, and you see more shards of ice rain down and fall and patter on the ground.
Alsana's just like leaning on her broom, just like 3, 2, 1.
It's still holding together.
Oh, he's still together.
Yeah,
Barely.
I took shaking it to mean he's not doing damage to it.
Yeah, he's just trying to disorient it. Basically, the help action.
All right.
Yep. Which means the next attack has advantage.
Double checking if she has anything else she can do right now.
This song is the sound of my debauchery. Like every time I do something stupid in real life, I just hear it in the background. I'm like, okay, good.
Oh, that'll work.
Like the Pink Panther.
Alsana will just go ahead and try to do it subtly, but cast Frostbite on Kane.
All right. Kane, make a Constitution save.
Elsana. Bitch.
As I'm not sure it can really be done subtly. Roll a sleight of hand against his passive perception, probably. Alright, you don't actually see or hear Alsana do this. There's just this sudden creeping cold that runs over the side in front of your body.
As you're swinging the creature with
Yep.
pure frost.
Yep, you shiver violently. It's only 2 cold damage. But you feel it sap a little bit of your strength, and you get the sense that if you make a swing at this thing, it might not be easy, but you're not too worried about that, probably, because Kalda is next.
Yeah.
Last 2. 1.
Oh. Yeah, you didn't have to do 2 regardless. Literally 1 hit point.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
And here we go.
Call's gonna turn around and try to put the last one at Alsana.
Yep, don't... Okay, go for it. Make
Yep.
your attack. Not advantage. So,
Yep.
in the meantime, Kane, don't bother with the dex save,
my
as
goodness.
this thing had already fallen apart so badly. When the Eldritch Blast shatters it, it just bursts outwards. There's not enough damage left in it to hurt you. 18, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that hits Alsana.
Yeah, that
9
hit.
force damage.
Goodness.
Should like take that aside. Just, what was that for?
Hailing it! Intervening!
She,
Yeah, come on.
she like leans over, like hand on the fist, like, I summoned the things.
Yeah, that's enough intervening. You sicked them on us, and then you healed them? It was target practice.
Yes,
Hey, you
and the
up with it,
targets
but that was-
stayed together a bit longer. Also,
Goodness.
3, 2, 1. And just, I assume at that point the death burst happens.
The death burst happened pretty much on par with that natural 20 Eldritch Blast, and it just
Okay.
sideways. I'm gonna say I'm not bothering with 1 slashing damage at this point on an easy dex save.
Yeah.
Not for a silly fight.
Yep.
So, it just scatters against the grass, and slowly the shards of ice begin to fade away.
Yep, and she just kind
Okay,
of
like whoops, and that goes through like a double high five towards Calda.
No, Calder just shakes it off. I'm gonna go kill your sister. Do you need anything? Healing?
No, I'm pretty good. He kind of just takes a
Alright.
deep breath and takes a second wind.
Okay.
Asana, get over here, please.
She kind of like gives an odd look, like what?
Going to heal you so you don't have to use any more of your spells.
She kind of just like gives an odd look and just like pulls aside the part of her sleeve that where the shot hit and it's bruised, and she just kind of like starts wrapping it.
Calder's still gonna like go up to her.
Yeah.
Just
She's floating.
Like- fuck. Asana.
What? Take a shot and own it. I didn't heal Kane when I thunderstruck him.
You did what now? Oh, lightning bolt, not thunderstruck. Thunderstruck is what I do.
Yeah, that's what you
Oh.
do now as
Thunderstrike. That's a good name for my new attack.
There's
I
just distinctly
so-
not the name for it.
okay. Yeah, Alaris is like walking back into frame now.
You're still holding the snowball, by the way.
Yeah. I
For the record,
You know
that's
you want
not
to.
close to the most I can do anyways.
yes. I'd rather you not start chanting, so I'd just get out of it.
Very impressive with the methods though. Those are feisty little buggers.
Those are old news. I can do
Bad.
more now.
Yes.
I'm excited for that. Bigger ones?
Tougher ones. It
Oh,
wouldn't be easy target practice for you.
But that could be good training later.
Yeah, maybe soon. Maybe next month. Next shrine.
Alsana like looks to the sky and
Perhaps.
imagines Kane stuck in a water elemental and just giggles.
Wow.
So, just dust himself off. Shall we, continue?
Sure.
Yeah, let's keep going. Gotta shake off whatever cold got to me.
Okay. At this point, let's go ahead and say that that is the second day of the month. You have entered the woods as of last night, this morning. You've been kind of walking through. So as you let's go ahead and have marching order loose and some perception and survival rolls. Up to 2 people can do perception and 2 survival for finding ways and keeping eyes out.
Does Alsana have a bonus to this because she's familiar with the area?
Yes, you do have advantage on survival.
Oh,
Alright.
give me a sec here.
So yep, she'll be on the broom.
I'm gonna
can
I'm
one
gonna use
person
Eyes of the Eagle. 23.
can one person only do survival or perception?
It's kind of how I'm wanting to split it,
Okay.
since there's 4 people
So
in the
yeah,
group.
Alaris will do perception since he has advantage on those
Okay.
Alsana will
with
do
the goggles.
survival
Yep.
advantage then.
Um, so Kane and Calda, what would you guys like to do? Survival to find tracks and trails and ways through the wood, or perception to keep an eye out on current events, as it were?
I'll do perception probably. I think looking for tracks is a bit more.
Which of you has the better
Can't-
perception?
Remember that you have
Bird.
Mori.
Bird, someone needs more for perception.
Good point.
Yep. Mori has perception and advantage on it, I believe, so.
Yeah, just let me pull up the sheet because I think it's a +3, but I'm not sure. It is.
Given those 2 numbers, can Alsana just watch Kane go off in the wrong direction for a few minutes?
I'll say Kane is in, not the front, but like near the front. Assuming Alsan is above head.
Yeah, marching order. What is the rough order you guys are going in?
Alsana will
Calder's
be
probably-
either second or third.
Yeah, Calder's probably like second from the front, maybe first. She'd probably use 10 lay on hands just to heal her back up.
That's the next day, so I think we're good.
Oh, it's the next day? Okay.
Oh no, I meant that the frost fight happened that second day. Sorry,
Okay.
I was skipping you guys ahead at the start of the thing as was kind of discussed in there were due to the misunderstanding and stuff.
Yep, no problem.
Gotcha.
So it's
Yeah,
still the same day as the frost training.
Okay.
So yes.
Yep, just using lay on hands to heal that 10
Okay,
that I was
so
missing.
So Calda possibly first, somebody second, Alsana third, somebody fourth.
Alsana's like in
Alaris
that
Kane?
in between second and third, and she's in the air.
Why don't you be between second and fourth and be third?
What?
Just being annoying. Ken will take second.
Okay. So Alaris, you're bringing up the rear and kind of keeping an
Yep.
eye out at the back.
Yes.
So, Calder, you're sending Mori out, but he's not coming back with too much of interest. Kane, you think that you see a little bit of a deer path off to the side, but when you meander down it, it very quickly vanishes into the vegetation and you come back. Alsana, you recognize a lot of this area. It's only been probably a few months since you were in the wood itself. You might not have been in this northern part specifically, you might have been further south, so it could have been longer since you were in this region in particular. However, not that long. Not enough for the land to have changed in any significant ways. So you can see some of the various ways through the underbrush that you know would have been kind of pushed aside by various creatures heading towards a stream you know is nearby, towards a little glade over that way. You've got a really good bearing where you are and where you're headed at this point. You also know where a particular group might be this time of year in this forest. It would be a bit further south, and let me go ahead and get my ruler. A bit further south than where you are, probably somewhere in this vicinity, about where the Green River winds through the forest towards the Green Lake.
All right.
They'll be somewhere in this general vicinity. But you know that it's about a day's travel or so out to there from where you are now. And Elaris, at the back, you notice, kind of nestled in the trees as you guys are pressing onwards, maybe about an hour into the walk, you notice the outside facade of a building. It seems to be a structure of wood, a little dark, a little weathered, just kind of almost pressed between some of the closer trees and rocks. It seems to be of actually a couple of stories, so not just a simple shack or something in the woods, something that seems just a bit more impressive. You're kind of approaching it from the side. You can see windows set into it with actual panes of glass. It has a little bit of a not quite a cottage or even cabin feel, almost more like a townhouse with a high peaked roof and eaves hanging to keep the rain off the sides.
Yeah, I point that out, obviously.
And
Still
Alsana,
support.
with your survival, you do not remember any such house in this area last time you came through here.
Yeah.
And is that her fairly certain it shouldn't be here, or
It
was
wasn't here
very
last.
recent?
It wasn't here last time you were here.
How does she know about how fast houses are built?
I mean, that's a weird bit of knowledge. Roll an intelligence check.
She has weird
Wha-
bits of knowledge.
Yep, you do. You do.
Yeah.
So there's a chance you might have read something, but it wouldn't be a regular course of
She
study
gives
for
it a
you.
good
so-
think with guidance.
Yep.
Give it a good
Ah.
thank.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a good thank.
15.
15. You know that it's been longer than just a few months. You might have been in this area maybe close to a year ago. You're pretty sure a house could be built in that time, though you're not sure how much like winter weather might have thrown that off if it had been. You can't really gauge though how long it would actually take a house of that construction and size to be built in this forest.
Still just a bit odd with the timing, though, maybe.
Maybe. It's a little hard to tell.
She gives a look.
It could be, could be perfectly possible. Maybe it's not. You don't know.
She gives a look and goes, I have an odd. I just get a weird feeling from it, but was it here when I last was? I have no memory of it. I'm fairly certain. Like, has she been to the area where it currently is before?
Probably. If you're asking after some like very, very specific memory, it would be another history check for accessing said memory, I guess. Calling it to mind.
She'll
What
go
are
for it.
what are you trying to gather?
She's basically trying to remember that. Is it just she hasn't seen it, or she knows there was nothing in that spot? Is it just I
Sure.
don't remember being a building here, or is it that location was empty when I last saw it?
Go ahead and do another make it history, sure.
All right.
So you got your
Guidance.
proficiency on there. Yep. Yeah.
25.
All right. Nothing was built on this spot last you saw.
She kind of like narrows her eyes and kind of scrunches up her nose and just. It's recent. I don't like it. This place had a nice feel to it without this construction.
It's here nonetheless. And I don't think it should be because, yeah.
Also, gives one more thing. Does she know of any sort of lore with weird monsters or creatures of illusory houses?
Oh, that's specific.
Mirages and places in the woods. Any
Hell.
legends or lores in Greenwater?
Hell. Frankly, I don't know if this would be like history or if because you're asking about illusions it would be arcana or if it would be nature. Tell you what, you've
My
probably
bonus is the same to all three.
you've got proficiency. Pick one. Pick one
Alright.
and throw it in there.
Alright, with the guidance. I hope. Eh. 16. Probably not.
Yeah. You know that like there are high level illusion spells out there such that you might be able to make an illusory house with one of them. Beyond that, you're not sure about any specific like creatures or anything that do that, or even if that's the case here.
She's still kind of eyeing it, just. We can give it a quick check. It is technically in the Greenwater Wood. Maybe there was something built around a shrine or something. Must be some reason it was put up in a year. She'll kind of like start to float over to it.
All right.
She's trying to just. She's like giving it a look and trying to pick out details of the places she's getting closer.
Okay. You kind of float around towards what turns out to be the actual front of the house. You see what appears to be this really nice porch built onto the front with steps leading up to it. The front door protected by posts and a little bit of like an awning roof sheltering it from any of the elements. Everything is of kind of the same plain, slightly dark stained wood. Windows, a couple on either side of the door, some on upper story, also set with glass. Let's see. If you'd like, you can do a general perception check. Or if you want to peer closer at any particular element, name it and do investigation. It's up to you.
She is going to wild shape into an owl
Okay.
and do a closer recon.
All right. Midair on your broom, you concentrate on the forces of nature in the forest, and there's this little as Alsana, broom and all, sort
With
of
a
seems
quick
to
guidance
swirl in on
beforehand.
herself. Okay. Quickly makes a gesture and then and you've got a owl with, I'm assuming, dark feathers
Yes.
fluttering in place. You kind of catch yourself on the air and curve into a sort of a search pattern pass around the house. Yeah, go ahead and make your check.
All right, so that'd be her bonus to perception at advantage.
Mm-hmm. With your guidance.
Oh, mom.
Is
22.
is anybody else wanting to check this place out, or are you just leaving Alsana to do the sweep?
No one's gone inside, right?
Oh no, you guys are just kind of on the outside of the house. Maybe you're walking around the side towards the front to see that as well, or the back if you prefer.
Sorry, I can't recall. Did you mention a window?
There are multiple windows.
I was about to say, the owl might kind of sidle up if there's any sort of perch on any of the windows.
There are like window sills, window ledges of sorts, that you would be able to get a grip on. Perception 22. A lot of what's already been described. You don't see any lights on in the interior of the house. No like candle or hearth flame or anything like that. It seems pretty dark in there, so it's maybe a little bit hard to tell with the sunlight coming down from above and dappled through the trees. Yeah, it's a large 2-story house built of wood in the middle of the forest. You listen and you don't hear any signs of activity, at least nothing loud or attention grabbing. You sidle up to a window and kind of flutter, catch yourself on the window ledge, peer inside. Upper story or lower story?
She'll go upper.
Okay. I'll say you kind of peer into a small, kind of dark, empty-looking room. You see a couple of beds sitting against the wall. Not much else in the way of furnishing.
Ken will just say to the owl, like, anything of note? Twice for yes.
I was gonna say, she'd also just, if she can, take a check at a bottom window as well. Maybe one near
Alright.
the front door.
Sure, you swoop down into the covered porch area and perch, peer through a window. Calda, you're starting to sneak around the back of the house if you're being stealthy.
Yep.
Roll stealth.
Yep.
And you peer inside and you see a larger room, but still also dark and empty. Very sparse in furnishings. You see a couple of empty bookcases, sort of a long table with a bench in front of it, bit of a rug on the floor. Other than that, not much in the way of furniture or decorations. Calda, you kind of clank, crack, clank, clink, crack, rustle.
Oh, she's grimacing while she does it.
Through
I
the
assume the
bushes.
owl hears this.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's going like further back around when she realizes she's being really loud, and she's like going a bit like further back and not fully up close.
Around the back of the house, a couple more windows. All of these also set with glass. They kind of have that quartered appearance with the panes, where you've got a wood strut going vertically up the middle and another horizontally in the cross shape.
Okay.
Around the back, there is a back door, no covered porch, just a little stoop and a couple of steps going up to that.
Okay, she'll send Mori probably just out to go check it out, see if
This is
anyone's
being
downstairs.
assaulted by owls.
Yeah.
All right. Maury's
Imagine
also
there's, like-
peering in a window.
There's like one
Yeah, he's
like
trying to
lone
look in.
butler, like who has a terrible fear of owls, like in a corner shaking.
Yeah. Give me a perception roll for Maury, and let me
Gotcha.
know if it's upper or lower floor you want to look in first.
Lower floor, 12.
Okay. You have Maury go to one of the windows on the sides of the back door, peer inside. You get images back from him of what appears to be just this empty, darkened, probably some form of kitchen. There's this small iron stove of sorts against one wall. a little stack of wood piled next to it. Rough wooden table in the center of the room. Some cabinets and shelves at the back, but the cabinets are all like completely made of wood, and the doors are closed, so you can't tell if anything is in them.
Alrighty. Does Maury sense any, see any dust or anything from the window, or can't really discern it?
Can't really discern it, I'd say, on a 12.
Can Owl Sana go and find Mori?
Owl
I hate that.
perfectly well can. You swoop around the back of the house.
He's got to land beside him.
He gives you a look over back.
Just the Alsana will just turn her head backwards and look at Calda, who is very loud.
Calder will look at her and just go, "Who?"
And she'll over to Calda and
Hey.
into a regular form. The place is
Hey.
dark and empty.
Alright. Should we try and go in,
So
or should we
you're
just ignore
terribly loud. No, I'd prefer not to do some breaking and entering if not necessary.
it? Alrighty. Yeah, this armor really is not helping. I'm usually
this-
better than this.
If this place is anything worth of okay, if this place is anything worth of note, I know some people we can ask about it. They're in their business to know recent developments in this place. Furthermore, let's say it is something worth going into and checking. Okay, so that's the best scenario. The worst scenario is we break into someone's house.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Mhm.
sorry.
Meanwhile,
Nothing interesting around it.
Let's head back to the group.
Meanwhile, Kane kind of turns to Alaris like, "Want to play catch?"
John there.
Elaris? John?
Cute. He has my snowball.
John?
That sounds like his mic's having issues.
Oh.
Open it.
Either way, it's just gonna be a little thing. Don't worry about it. No.
If we can do it along the way, then Alsana might recommend that the group just kind of get going. We can check and ask about it later, and we can always return if it turns out to be something worth our attention. But for now, I'd rather the larceny stay to a minimum.
way.
Alright.
Alright.
I'm just typing a message. John, type if you're there, please.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
There.
Hi.
Kane just kind of like turns to Alaris at one point, like, "Don't play catch at the snowball."
Sure.
Awesome. And just tosses it back and forth for a while.
Okay.
Sure.
Wait, hold on. When he tosses it, does it just disappear from from Kane's hand and then?
The mechanics are interesting. Technically, it returns to the hand of whoever last threw it. But that does require it to break. So I'll say it depends on some successful tosses and catches, pretty much.
It's like reverse hot potato with cold snowball.
Just for the fun of it. Let's go ahead and have each of you do a couple of dexterity checks.
Okay. How many?
Elaris, you do a dex check, then
Oh.
Kane. Well, all right.
We suck.
Yikes.
And then I'll say that with that, it is a successful toss and catch. It's not a natural one. Go ahead and each do a couple more just for fun.
Couple more.
Christ.
Oh,
Goodness. 19.
Elaris,
I
very
whipped
well
one at him.
despite Really good throw. All right. One more from Elaris.
17.
Jesus.
All right. Elaris gets
I've played
Gets
catch
back in the-
before. I have a son.
Kane doesn't have a dad. At least not when he's ever been there. He doesn't know how to play catch.
You gotta. Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
All
No,
right.
that's not how you. Okay.
He's doing his best.
Alsana, you have the highest passive perception, 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you're leaving the house and you go back to the other two, you hear this strange, long, low creak
runs towards it.
Looks unchanged.
What was that? Did you hear something?
Was the door open?
Go ahead and do one more perception check.
Can I as well?
Sure.
She wouldn't have advantage.
I got advantage
Guidance.
on bit.
Ah, come
23, baby.
on. 16.
I love the
16.
Aspen Eagle.
Alsana, you don't notice anything odd. Elaris, you're pretty sure that there's a window there that wasn't before.
There was a window there that wasn't before.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
Yeah,
Also
I'm
no.
sure that window wasn't there before.
No, point. Which one?
I point at the window that wasn't there before.
Yep, he points up at the second floor, and it seems that right under like the peak of the roof, the gable, it used to be just a stretch of blank wood slats forming the outside of the house. Now there's a little circular window.
What the...
That window was not there before, I'm sure.
So, dropped.
Who?
Come-
Oh, we lost John.
Oh, John disappeared.
Oh no!
Suddenly,
It
Elaris,
ain't him. It ain't him.
he knew too much. Anyhow, no, he's
He
back.
knew.
back.
John, you good?
God, my
It's
Discord
okay.
reset.
Ah, fun.
Nothing changed. Nope, he's gone. Elaris is suddenly transient.
Oh, that's great. That's so good. I muted myself.
Okay.
Kane just like points to the window like, so should we back away slowly?
I'm conflicted.
I mean, I like conflict.
We're going in there. It's just a question of when.
I have another question. Why?
Because I want to know what's in there. And I want to know why
Cool.
that window can appear and disappear.
Calder's gonna poke the side of the house.
Alsana, if she's going towards it, Alsana might kind of like grab the back of her breastplate.
She gets close enough to tap just the edge of the porch with her fingernail. It feels like wood. It's solid.
Kalda, get back here.
Alright.
Hold on, you wanted to figure out what's going on. Best me and her get close.
She kind of like gives a blank stare. No, I want to figure out what's going on by asking people who would know about it. There's a group I'm looking for. We're going to come across if I have anything to say about it while we're traveling in these woods.
Alright.
Anyone would know
What
if
is-
they would.
What's this group?
You'll see when we get there, but I know them.
Are they trustworthy?
No, I intend to lead you to your untimely death.
You can making a deal as opposed to trusting someone.
They're fine. More than you. She kind of like looks up. And quite frankly, I'm not entirely certain if that thing is breathing or not. She points at the whole house.
Roll a
Throw a
perception
snowball at
check. You can throw a snowball at it if you
it? No,
like.
I'm asking. Should I throw a snowball at it?
Is it fucking breathing, Ariel?
Doesn't seem to be.
Do you want to try and throw it? Should we try and throw a snowball at it?
Let's not
Uh,
piss
but-
off whatever.
I can
But in-
smell the paranoia coming off Devin right now.
Yeah, Alsana, I'll say with a 27, you're looking very hard for any sign of motion, any whisper of movement from the house. You don't see the house itself move in any way, but you do see just a little flicker of movement inside one of the upper story windows. Just there we gone again.
Get the bitch.
Calder will send Mori up and sort of start doing circles.
Look, there's
Looking
clearly
in the windows.
something going on, and I want to go in there.
Yeah.
If we
Alaris
can come in
draws
armed
his
with
weapon,
knowledge, I'd prefer if we can.
Yes.
If you all want to run in and get eaten by the house, be my guest. But I'm finding my group, and we're finding out about it.
So we should back away slowly then.
She kind of gives this glance.
Damn it,
Glad
you
even
fucking
you
owl,
can
I
keep
love
out.
you.
What is happening?
She starts floating off. Make note of it, and we'll come back here.
Yes.
Just like lean over to the other two and just be like, she gets like this when she doesn't understand something.
It's interesting,
I
though.
Does she hear that?
Depends on how quiet Kane was, remembering that you've got a passive 19.
I mean, he was trying to be relatively quiet.
Yeah, I'm taking
she-
one last look at the house with that natural 20 perception check.
24. Yeah. As you
Natural
guys
20's
are
gotta count for something.
as you guys are slowly backing away, scooting away, you glance back. Just for a moment, you think you see a face in one of the windows. And
I
it's
saw a
gone.
face in one of the windows.
Okay, ghosts, paranormal, haunted. Great. Either that or some weird mongrels inside. We need information. If this thing is any sort of malevolent force in the forest, we need more than just us knowing about it. If it's another portal like we found back in the Soren Wood, some people desperately need to know about it.
Yes.
Alright. And he'll just kind of look at the house and do like that toodaloo hand wave, like, if there's just a old lady who we're disturbing right now, have a good day. He'll follow behind.
Careful what you wish for. She continues floating. And
Yeah,
Alsana's going to do her
be
best to
careful.
lead the group towards where she knows they're currently camping.
All right. You hike onwards. You know it's gonna take the better part of a day to get there. On the way, let's go ahead and have one more round of those perception and. I'll say that Alsana, you can forego any check by just keeping everybody on course with that previous survival check. You know your way. You can just kind of maintain guiding the group. Anybody else
Sure
can
thing.
just kind of do perception to keep an eye out, since Alsana has survival pretty well.
Could Alsana cast guidance on someone else then, if she's...
Yes, you may. I'll allow it.
She'll throw that on... Galda.
Okay, do it on the owl.
Alright, she'll
Oh,
throw it on Mori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John,
so,
you just logged in and logged out 7 times, so if you didn't hear, just do a perception check. God
as
damn
you guys move out into the woods, and slowly behind you, the trees, almost just from your perspective, seem to close around that mysterious house until finally it is completely blocked from view and you have left it behind. Alright, 16 on Maury's perception, 10 on Kane's.
I will.
And we'll wait and see if Alaris is up to it.
I'm
or
gonna see if John wants
he's-
me to open his sheet.
Oh, hold on a wretched minute.
Oh?
Ooh.
Wretched?
Yeah?
Alsana's gonna like... no, can I do a mulligan?
Alright, what would the mulligan be?
Before we fully left the house from view.
Okay.
Alsana's gonna sit down and go, hold on, we need knowledge. I can get us that. Something I'm not used to. Let's take about 11 minutes, if that's okay with everyone.
Okay. Commune with nature. Oh. All right. Okay. You are definitely outdoors, within 3 miles of you. Caves and other natural underground settings. That's not a worry. Instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area: terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, powerful celestial fae, fiends, elementals, undead, influence from other planes of existence, and buildings.
She's doing those last 3.
Okay. All right. Who? Okay.
That's a fun
As they
spell.
relate to the area and gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice. All right. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Interestingly enough, On that last point, there are no buildings in the area.
Huh.
You're looking
I
at a
love it.
building, but there are no
Yeah.
buildings in the area. There
We're
is
fighting a gazebo.
there is influence from another plane of existence,
Mhm.
and I'll
Oh.
say that the commune that you get from it is somewhat ethereal.
Ethereal.
Yeah, weirdly ethereal. It's
Yeah.
almost just
Huh.
shifting back and forth.
Y'all, it's midway through October. I know what this is.
Spooky.
And
This is spooky.
yeah, there are no powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, though. There is a slight tinge of undead in the area, but it is weird and vague and about as shifting as that sense of etherealness. And it's not strong. It's almost like an aftertaste in an odd way.
Dead house. Or just a really big mimic. One of the two.
It's a haunted.
Just a
It's not
huge
a
ass
haunted
mimic.
house. It's a ghost house.
It's a ghost house.
Like the house itself is dead in a ghost.
How do you kill a house though?
Fire.
Yeah, but like
Or a really big ball on a chain. And you swing it really hard.
that's not what I meant, Conrad. You
Axes.
asshole.
No, you just get a giant with a morning star. Because I think that's the one with the ball and chain, right? Morning star?
Yeah,
Flail.
Flail, thank you. A flail. And just call it a wrecking ball. Have a good day. Okay?
Conrad,
So, with
that's-
this
you know
new
full well
information-
it's not what I meant.
given this new information, what would you like to do?
I came in like a 4D10.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
Alternatively, we just bring Nessa.
Yeah, we'll just import her from another campaign.
Please, I would love that. I feel like Called on her would be the best combo.
She's a god now. She can do that, right?
Do it!
You can do that.
Exactly.
Anyway, what do you guys want to do? As you have suddenly gotten a plethora of new information that maybe
I'm
changes.
down to do just about anything.
Kane pulls out
Could
an
burn
unlit.
it.
Yeah, Kane pulls out an unlit torch. Fire. Wait, hold on. Do we want to explore it or do we want to kill it?
I
There's a glow coming off Alsana. Undead. We're going.
Should be.
And she
We're
gets
gonna
up.
kill it. Are we killing the house or are we exploring it?
We're
It's
banishing
undead.
whatever wretched, horrible spirits are currently lying within there and passing over from wherever they are in the ethereal plane.
yeah, I've kind of got
Now?
I've got an obligation to Xanthus to deal with this, so
Can we at least
should
take
probably
another
go.
50 minutes before we do that? 'Cause a short rest would be nice.
Short rest, yeah.
That sounds
I'll allow
good.
it. You guys can retreat a short distance, enough to keep the house in eye's view.
Yeah. Alaris will take first watch.
It is. You don't have to take watches. It is a short rest.
Okay, good.
You're only sitting for an hour doing light activity, which would include watching. It is somewhat unsettling. For the most part, the house seems just completely normal, mundane. And then occasionally you almost catch a flicker out of the corner of your eye or hear a faint creak on the wind. Maybe catch a slight whoosh of motion.
Don't like this.
I just realized something.
Just infrequently enough to be on
Hey,
keep you on
I
edge.
had a question, Ariel.
Yes?
What's Alsana here?
Specifically,
To her?
very faint whispers, just on the edge of hearing. In and out.
You suck.
It ebbs like a tide. Sometimes it's strong, sometimes it's non-existent.
Rush.
Wait, if there's ghosts, should I use the lantern maybe when we go in there?
That's what I was thinking.
She,
So
she
Calda,
very vehemently nods.
Calda, I have this wonderful thing called a lantern shield, which means I can hold a lantern and have a shield at the same time.
That sounds horrible. Why would you?
Do you want to use it?
Ariel, am I reading correctly what that's able to do?
It can hold a lantern.
Yes!
God damn it! I hate this.
Do you want to be on lantern duty?
It might
Can I-
not. It might not be perfectly sized, but it's close enough. You guys manage in that hour to rig the Lantern of Revealing onto the Lantern shield.
I didn't
Yep.
think this would ever be useful. Oh my god.
Sticking a new thing of oil in it, just so it's gonna be like bright enough.
All right.
Now I get fire, a lantern, and I get to use my stupid shield.
So here's
God, this
that,
is-
just as a reminder for you, Conrex.
Thank you.
Calder's probably gonna stay close to you too, so she can see.
God, where is that?
Oh, I'm so pleased with how that just went.
I hate that.
Oh, if I knew how to draw, I would draw Kane with a lantern shield decked out in everything ridiculous to make that look so good.
Hey,
Because he's got a lantern shield, the Sword of Thorns, the lantern, plate armor, and like 7 weapons on his
Where's
back.
that one post about
And
the
his
guy
bag of
ranting
having.
about a lantern shield?
Oh, that's where I got it from. Anyways,
Yeah, no, but
Um,
where is it? I need to look at it again.
Ariel,
Alrighty.
Yes.
during that hour,
Yes.
Lana is going to find a bird. And she's
Okay.
going to, with the amulet, cast Animal Messenger on it.
All right. I believe it's a variant that mostly has it turn into a kind of homing pigeon rather than. Let me actually double check that. I might be wrong in my memory. It's a variant of the spell, altered slightly. It does have to be charged with an outside source of magic. Keep that in mind. 2 levels worth of spell slots from a person holding it.
Yep,
I'll say
she'll-
that it's been long enough you could have had that charged. I'll allow that.
Okay,
Just to keep it in mind.
sure thing. Yeah, and she's going to, real quick, write a small, short message.
Yep, you can do a message of up to 25 words. I am reading my own thing. And or a written missive.
Yep, she's going to do the written missive, actually.
Okay.
Just kind of scribbling things down.
Mhm.
And she's going to go ahead and send a message to Dara.
Nice. All right. Yeah. And it can cover 90 miles in a day, a 20-mile stretch. It'll be there in probably just a few hours.
And the letter basically details, "Hello, I'm coming for a visit. But more importantly, we found a house that isn't here, an influence of the ethereal plane, and probably ghosts there within. If you don't hear from me for a while, come to this area of the forest."
Rough little map with a few icons of
Notable landmarks.
Yep.
She'll have written it in Druidic for fun, as well,
Sure
or at least
thing.
some of it.
Yep.
And just as well, if you have any way to contact me and have any advice to give me, please do so.
Okay.
And little heart at the bottom.
Okay then. So we've got that.
And they'll be at the top of the hour if she can. Because she'll want that to get there ASAP.
Yep.
so
Okay.
we're ready to go intrude on a ghost. Wait, if we go inside of a ghost house, are we now possessing the ghost?
That's not how that works.
Can it be?
No.
All right. At the end of the hour, rested up and ready. Lantern newly attached, and everything about as prepared as you can make it. Head towards the house. Marching order. Front or back door. Any preference?
Yeah, Alaris will take the back.
Calder
Okay.
beside Kane.
Yep,
Something
Kane will
in
take
the
the front with the lantern.
Lana's in the middle.
Okay.
I'm thinking, is there anything else we could get off of one last ritual commune of nature during the end of that rest? Plants, minerals, animals, or peoples. Fiends or undead, influenced by the plane's existence, buildings. Location, major source, strength. I think we're good for now, as much as we can be.
Okay.
Is this what we consider prepared? Let's go.
All right. And with that, you head up the stairs, across the porch, towards that front door. Kane, you're at the front.
Real quick.
Mhm.
Alsana's gonna try something. If this isn't a waste of a spell. She's gonna go ahead. Yeah, she's gonna cast just at 3rd level Dispel Magic on the house.
All right.
See what happens.
Before we walk in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You cast Dispel Magic at the house. Yeah, you can make that ability check if you'd like to, but
Can she
I can
prep
tell you
guides
it-
beforehand?
really, all right, sure. Act as magical effect. I'm trying to decide how this actually tracks.
Trying to figure out the existence of
It's-
Ghost House.
It's not a spell. There are no spells. That's the thing.
If there is no spell, it could technically dispel one effect that is magical that is a part of the house.
Interesting. Go ahead and make that check, and I'll allow you to prep the guidance before.
Alright.
Okay.
19.
That's some
Alright.
Richter shit right there.
Um, you send out the pulse of Dispel Magic. You see it wash over the house, and there's not really much of a visible effect. There's this faint shudder of sorts, and a slow groan, as if something settles. But you don't see anything like fall apart or radically change or anything like that. There is the sense that your spell caught hold of something and washed it away. Just not quite sure what.
She looks it up and down. It's like, well, let's hope that wasn't the seal keeping this place halfway on the ethereal, shall we?
All right.
I say we shall. And he'll try to light the lantern. It's like, Calder, could you?
Calder's gonna light it for him.
Thank you.
All right.
He'll sheath his sword and take out his 10-foot stick and just kind of poke ahead with it.
Okay. You get to the front door. If you test it, it's not locked. It just pulls open.
From the side, Alsana goes, conventional means are a bit inane in this particular instance.
Better safe than sorry.
This thing isn't real.
There's my sword. Sorry, my sword is real. If this thing isn't real, then nothing I'm going to use is effective. So might as well have the extra.
There's gonna be something here that kill us that's real.
Oh my god, and he steps through the door.
Yeah, you step in. First thing that hits you is kind of this musty smell. There's these little motes of dust floating through the air, disturbed now by the opening of the door. The light flowing in from behind you, just casting a dim illumination further in. You're standing in a hallway that goes straight ahead. There's a doorway opening to the right and to the left. One of them I'll say the one to the left leads to the window that Owlsana looked in earlier, to the kind of bookshelf table sitting type room. The hall continues further back, and you see a dark doorway there, as well as another opening to the right-hand side where you see just the bottom of a set of stairs. It seemed to kind of go to the side and then bend upwards. Alsana, the whispers have grown stronger.
We need to find the source of whatever the influence from the ethereal is here.
Yes.
If it's anything like the Golthius tree, hopefully we can just hit it till it closes, but if not, I'll try my best, but I can't guarantee anything. At the very least, we can quell any beings that have come across.
So for now, door or stairs?
You hear a creak from behind you, and you look back, and you see the front door behind.
Swing the lantern
And
towards
then
the door.
there's another, and the door itself vanishes into a wall.
Weapon is drawn.
Okay.
Oh
There it
crap.
is.
We're stuck in here.
We're not, it's not real, but it does influence us.
Yes.
Kane will try to push his stick through the wall. Like, not
Solid.
forcefully, but like see if it
Thunk.
feels real.
Magic can make you feel a lot of things real.
Alright. He will. By the way, if I get killed inside of this house, I'm totally haunting you, Alsana.
Join the group.
And at that, you hear a voice. You don't know how right you are. And
Ah,
you
shit.
see, through the wall, appear a figure. Ghostly blue, semi-transparent, wearing what seems to be armor and a hood over top. She is floating a few inches above the ground, but looks like if she were standing upright, she might be around Alsana's height or so. She looks like she has at least some elven heritage.
Alsana, like,
And she puts up a hand and says, "Don't. I'm not your enemy, but you should not have come here.
Alsana takes a step forward. Oh, you poor dear.
I don't need your sympathy." But
I knew, at least I did, what was here.
Thanks for telling us, asshole.
She rolls her eyes. I aim to end whatever's keeping you and the influence here.
there's a sad smile. You're not the first. So far, nobody has managed. But I still try to approach those foolish enough to come in here, or brave enough, or bold enough.
I'm specialized in your kind, dear.
My kind isn't the worry. She kind of glides around you, puts out her hands. This entire place is. It traps the souls of those it kills. I've been lucky enough to hold on to myself. Others? Less fortunate. It's easy to lose one's mind in such perplexing circumstances.
There's a twitch on Alsana's face.
In that case, I'm good. I don't plan to die, and I've got no mind to lose.
This truly must be vanquished.
It does. For the
You've
sake
got-
of all the souls in this place.
She looks back and tilts her head. Were you the one who cast the magic outside? I felt it.
That was me, yes. What effect did it have? I know I grabbed something.
It seems less ethereal, more rooted in this plane. This creature used to shift back and forth. I don't know why or how. I think it ate something it should not have, and it changed it. Now it seems to be as stuck here as we are within it.
I pulled a being from the threshold, did I?
I believe you may have. That makes it no less dangerous, though. Mind your feet in particular, but everything. It's patient. It hardly has to exert itself anymore. There's Plenty in here that will kill for it.
Ones like you.
Ones other than me.
I mean to say undead.
In that regard, yes. And then others, again, not. It has offspring, after all.
What is it? What does it look like? Shape
Yeah.
and color.
It looks like this house, this building, structure. The little ones, however, are nowhere near as ancient or immense.
Well,
So if we see a bunch of sheds walking around, we make sure we get rid of them.
I don't think
They
that's what
can
she
be
meant.
anything, just as this can be nearly anything. You can walk into a room and suddenly that room has fewer or more exits than when you entered. Walls change, stairs change. I and those as I am are unaffected. The only walls we cannot pass through are the ones on the outside.
Well done.
Even now with it latched to the material much stronger.
She reaches towards the wall that was once the front door, and you see her ethereal hand press against it, this blue shimmer pulsating around it. She takes her hand away and gives it a little shake.
What's your name, dear?
Tanelia,
Tanelia.
I'll ask yours before you are lost, potentially, and in hopes of your success.
I'm hurt. You have little confidence in me.
Hurt is a terrible name.
Goodness.
I like her.
I have a friend who'd like you as well, and she kind of pulls up the skull.
My name is Alaris.
Hey, blue lady!
Oh Christ.
Goodness. Why? Why now?
York, would you believe it? We're in a
Hello.
ghost house.
I'll believe anything! She's not even the first blue lady I've ever seen!
Really?
Goodness.
The first person I ever seen was a blue lady. Less see-through, though.
Was she just blue?
Yeah, pretty much, but kind of wispy looking, too.
Like in size or in like existence?
You two haven't met before, have you?
Or
Tanelia looks. I think I would remember. Nah! Just a different blue lady.
We're talking about this later, and she kind of like shoves
Yeah.
the skull back in the pocket.
Yeah, okay,
back
whatever.
in the-
I'm Alsana, by the way.
Tanelia nods. Hasana.
Call me Kane if you'd like.
Okay.
When did you come here?
Time has no meaning. In this state and in this place. It shifts back and forth, and now I know not if it has been days or years.
Do you remember the year and the date when last you were outside this place?
She closes her eyes, drifts in place. You hear the house slowly creaking here and there around you. You hear the whispers. She opens her eyes, shakes her head. Sometime in... I would like to say the early 200s of the Third Era.
Oh my.
Well then,
Oh.
you've been here a while, dear.
Yes.
I'm sorry myself, or others more trained than me couldn't be here sooner.
The house is treacherous. Again, it has claimed many. And I don't suspect that it reappears in the same place more than once.
Uh,
Perhaps twice.
well then, it was good we turned back and found it. Hopefully it'll be in the same place once we exit out, but who knows.
You hear another louder creak closer by, and she looks over. It's patient, but you may wish to move forward. Find a way to bring it down.
I intend to.
Yes.
Thank you,
I will
Denali.
watch. I will watch, and if you are lost, I will try to help your soul. Goodness knows I haven't succeeded yet, but perhaps one time I will.
You've succeeded in your own, and that's admirable enough.
Yeah.
I hope to say mine is a bit stronger. She turns over to Alaris. Alright, Alaris. Get talking to your god.
All right.
Spirit, or whatever it is.
I'll close my eyes and try and reach out to Xanthus.
All right, go ahead and do a charisma check for me.
Can Alsana give him guidance?
Since you instructed him to do this, I'll say yes. Add a d4.
D4.
20. Okay. You close your eyes, you reach out, and you feel his presence hovering over your shoulder, but you know you aren't in that misty place. You still are physically, mentally, spiritually, in every way inside this place, this house, this whatever it is.
This house.
You can hear the creaking around you. You hear the faintest edges of almost whispers for just a moment. And
This
then they're
house.
gone.
I reach out to him and say, "This house feels wrong."
And a deep voice comes back. It is. Your instincts are correct. It is filled with death. And parts that should have moved beyond, but have been instead trapped. As flies in tar. They struggle. Can you feel them? And for an instant, this feeling rushes through you of desperation, this edge of madness, this almost rising scream of horror and a longing to escape and an inability, and then it cuts off. For an instant, you felt like lashing out at anything and everything nearby, just in hopes that it might alleviate whatever was trapping you. And Xanthus leans in closer. You feel his cold but steady and sure presence at your back. And a whisper in your ear as the beak of the mask comes over your shoulder. There is a concentration upstairs. You cannot send them on while this place stands, but you can give them a moment of rest before then, and keep them from infesting the world itself. Because when this goes down, all fetters will be unlocked, and they will be unleashed.
I echo this to the
Deal
party.
with them first. And then the presence retreats, but doesn't vanish entirely. You can still just feel the edge of it at your back, though you know if you look over your shoulder you will see nothing, even by the lantern light. He is only there in your mind and soul.
Yeah, and
You've
I
come
echo
to.
everything.
Alsana will listen to it. Tell him I said hi.
Yes, I echo everything Xanthus said to me to the rest of the party about the concentration upstairs and how it won't free them, but it'll give them a moment's rest instead of infecting the world.
So real quick, was it the implication that we should like put down all the potential ghosts in here before we take this place down?
Mhm.
Yeah, because otherwise they'll be released on to.
Okay,
Mhm.
just making sure on that. She nods and goes,
I mean, you could do it the other way around if you really want to. Xanthus isn't going to stop you, but
Chaos!
that's the advice.
and she kind of like looks up and it's like, Did he talk to you from any particular place?
No, I still felt I was here.
Well, whatever he may be. All joking aside, I appreciate his assistance truly.
As do I. And I pull out my crossbow and I baff my crossbow in.
She'll turn back to Nelia. Can you bring the lost and mad to us?
They will not listen to me or heed me.
Then how do we piss them off?
Yeah.
Go to them. That's all it takes. Any living thing, any slight change, and they will act against it.
She kind of like opens and closes her hand. Then what
I-
I might have done already would be a good start.
I cannot do anything against them. My touch has no effect. And I have no weapons of use anymore.
Would you care to stay with me?
Is that an invitation?
I'd prefer to keep an eye on you. I want to make sure you get out of this.
If you will allow it, I know that I am capable of overriding a humanoid's control of their own body, but I also know that with a willing one, I can simply ride along, watch from inside. Would this be close enough to keep an eye?
I think that'd be fine. puts
She
a hand out.
holds out an ethereal hand, takes yours, and there's this. It is cold in your hand. It is an icy chill for a moment. Your entire hand goes numb, and then the chill races up your arm, but lessens as it does so. And you feel a presence at the back of your mind, quiet, just watching and waiting, and hoping. Maybe this once. The chill fades from your hand. You get feeling back in your fingers.
A comforting cold. Let's go, dear. And she'll start forging towards, let's go the, sorry, were the stairs going up or down?
They were going up.
Then we'll head to the door. Save anything to the top for last, shall we?
Yeah.
Indeed.
All right.
Kane will step forward, basically up and down the wall, the door with the lantern before he pushes it open with the pole.
Okay. And you, it is an open doorway, not a door itself. Simply wooden steps. They go to the side, and then there's a small landing, and then they turn another direction and head the rest of the way up. You can see at the top there is a hallway with two doors, one left, one right. The one to the right slightly closer. Go ahead and move you onto the map.
All right.
And by the light of the lantern, as you climb the stairs, you see just there, as you go ahead in marching order on the staircase itself.
Also, it's probably pretty close to the front.
I believe it was Kane called Alsana Alara.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll scoot this back for the sake of that. You see, just in the light of the lantern itself as it floods this hallway, the wavering, otherwise invisible, Elaris, you're back here,
Oh, sorry.
humanoid form. It looks towards you, and you see a mouth gape open in a sudden scream as its arms lash forward. We're going to roll initiative.
Well, shit.
Oh boy.
Well, yeah, we're in a ghost house, so
Spookhouse.
Ah, shit.
we in the spook
It's time for
house.
the spook zone.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Lord.
We are awful at this.
Uh,
Uh-oh, spaghetti.
That's okay.
Uh-oh,
I'm sure
spaghettios.
that's okay.
I'm not.
Absolutely certain this is just
Fine.
everything is
Alright.
okay.
maybe
We're
not.
fine. We're fine.
Ariel, you fill me with the equivalent confidence of a mouse being surrounded by cats.
All right, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and switch the music.
We give you the
if,
confidence of our
all right,
cat
before
surrounded
this,
by knives.
if anybody like desperately needs a bathroom before this starts, we're gonna you can take it now. Otherwise,
Boy.
Yes.
we're into this.
We're into this. This is the combat session.
Okay.
This is gonna be
Hopefully doesn't.
interesting.
This hopefully doesn't
Start
last too long.
descending.
Right.
Oh boy. Yep, I'm gonna do my best to make it quick. Battle mix. Here we go. I do not have a special spook house mix. Just battle.
Just play some spooky, scary skeletons.
All right.
That's
Wrong
good.
kind of monster, but still spooky.
Here's the thing. I love that idea though.
Yep. Here we go. As I need to make certain things revealed as they phase through the walls, because something is going before Calda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 19 initiative. Oh, that's a really cool piece of art.
Ooh.
Yep, one of my favorites.
Oh, yo.
So that has appeared suddenly right next to Alsana as it through the wall. And you see in this spectral form, you see a drawn out, screaming mouth. And it doesn't actually hold any weapons unless they are just like ghostly versions of themselves. And it suddenly seems to scream and lash out towards Alsana. Let's go ahead and it is going to...
Roll an attack.
Yeah, it's going to roll its one attack action. This is on you, Alsana.
Alright,
23 hits.
Ooh.
take that.
You got a specter.
Yep.
Oh, did I bump her HP from last level? Goddamn.
Hey,
But
Yeah.
Constitution
Ariel?
save.
Yes?
technically, if I kill one of these specters, can I technically use a cursed specter?
That requires it to be humanoid.
I know, but it's
Yeah, these are not humanoid. They are undead.
If they
they're
do,
I know they're undead. Oh God.
On the other side, my Harvest Scythe gets extra healing.
I know, but it still would make sense, right?
Well,
Yep.
if you want to shoot Kane in the back of the head,
Immediately
no,
after
not
that,
that, but like, ugh,
Oh shit!
sucks.
immediately after that, two more from the front and the side of Kane. This one that just attacked Alsana is going to back through the wall. Any of you there can take an attack of opportunity if you so
Yeah,
wish.
I
In the
will.
meantime, we're gonna have one attack on Kane and one on Calda. So Kane first. Are all of those on the one that just swooshed away?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. So that is 11 slashing, and it is, of course, magical. The fire, it does seem to resist, however. So
Alright.
that is 12 from Calda. Elaris, that does hit for another 15. Nice.
I do know
And
that.
actually, the 15 is enough to take that thing down.
I do know the
so-
stats of the specter because I have one.
So just as it swooshes back into the wall, you see it, Elaris' crossbow, poof, disperse it. Alsana, I'll allow you to hold on to your reaction because you rolled that after Elaris.
sure thing.
In the meantime, this is on Kane.
That will miss.
That will miss. And this is on Calda. That will miss.
That one
And
is.
they will both swoosh first Kane's. So if you want an attack of opportunity, you may.
I believe that. Unfortunately, this is how this attack is going to go.
Oh wait, Ariel, can I use one part of my reaction for something? I forgot I could do it.
Also, real
Okay,
quick,
what
Alsana
is
has
it?
to make a con save on that last attack.
+4. Oh, you're good.
All right.
Just
Remember,
gonna
this is injured,
move
close
up.
off retreat. Okay. Sounds good. Calda has she hit the specter and then scampered forward around Kane. Just as Kane, you took a swipe that missed. In that case, this specter would not have swung at Calda because it went after, and it would have not had that target. So, I'm pretty sure a 13 isn't going to hit. It went for Alsana, probably.
You could switch this one to go for Calda and that one to go for Kane instead.
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
This one went for Kane first.
Ah, okay.
Then the one that was further down went for Calda, but Calda had already moved, so the mulligan kind
Alrighty.
of threw it off just a little bit.
Sorry.
Alsana, does a 13 hit you?
13 does hit me.
Oh, sorry. Okay, that's another con save.
Yep.
And 10 necrotic damage. And unfortunately, your hit point maximum is reduced by 10 currently.
Okay.
Is this considered magical?
Um,
Magical
you
effect?
know, that is a really weird question.
Because the three of us resist magical outside of Alaris, right?
That is a really weird question. The dumb thing. Alright, you know what? It says it's a melee spell attack on the sheet, so I'll say yes.
Okay, so all damage is halved from these in that case.
Okay,
Okay, so that'd be instead damage to 5 and reduced by 5?
yes.
Well,
Okay.
it says, here's what I got from it, so I think you may have an advantage on that saving throw.
Yep. Go ahead and roll that con save again. Keep a track of these things.
Yep. Okay, that
Yep,
There we
okay.
go.
No
better.
reduction, but you did take 5 damage, so.
well,
10
half,
yes.
and then the 3 half, so it just takes 13.
Alright. And this one also swooshes away. Alsana, if you want to make your black eye, kind of attribute your black ice reaction attack on that
Sure.
one, I'll take it. 21 hits, 4 slashing and 2 cold. It resists the cold.
Okay.
So -5. There we go. These two have vanished into the side rooms. Kane, did you take any attack of opportunity? Is that the 10-foot pole?
Yep, because he's holding it in one hand with disadvantage.
Yep, and it does not hit anything or anyone. All right, I believe that's it for that first turn. You took one down, that was good. Calda,
Alrighty, so these things are things, right?
they are things. They seem to be a lot like the specters you just saw, but more transparent, really only visible because of the light of the lantern.
Alrighty, so that'd probably be disadvantage.
Nope, no disadvantage because
Oh.
the lantern is on. It is visible.
Awesome. Calda's gonna swing around here then, take 2 attacks. This one in front of her.
All right.
Alrighty. 1
Let's see.
and 2.
Hit and hit as the great sword just kind of carves straight through them. Similarly, they resist the fire damage, so that's 10 and 9, 19 damage.
Yeah, actually, fucking fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Okay. As you carve through, it is enough to the divine energy pulses into the middle of it, and you see this almost humanoid wavering form suddenly tear apart and vanish into wisps. Anything else on your turn?
She's going to probably,
Open the door.
get the door open.
Yep, you kick down the door. Which door do you want to do? You've got enough movement to do either one.
Let's do. Did it take my bonus action to kick it open?
I'm gonna say it doesn't take a bonus action, but you do have to move through it.
So
Okay,
difficult
okay.
terrain.
It's not locked. It's not difficult terrain. It just is that enough heft that basically you kick and then you step forward into it, basically.
Alrighty, yeah, let's do that. Kick open the north one.
Okay.
Her passive
And then-
athletics are enough.
Impressive
And then
door
bonus
fighting.
Bonus action, that's for Alsana.
Good.
All right. You boof in the door and you see the one specter kind of floating there. The lantern light is kind of at a little bit of an angle, so yeah, anything beyond there is in a fair amount of darkness. Dim light. You're not completely blinded, but it is dim. You see some
Right.
various crates and small chests and things like that. It's not shown on the map, but there is like a window on this wall and a window over here somewhere. My thing is
Yeah,
on
can't see that.
unseen. Damn it. Window right over here, window right up there somewhere. And
Alright.
you've kind of got an angle of about roughly that
Alright,
before
she'll
the dim
prob-
light comes in.
She'll motion to Kane before going in there.
Mhm.
Just for point at the lantern, point to him, motion him in. and
All
all
right.
good.
Okay. All right. Into the light of the lantern, you see another figure emerge from the shadows, like that one that Calder just finished off. And that is going to attempt to slam into Calda. Suddenly, Calda, you feel this
Holy
heavy,
fuck.
heavy pulse of energy strike
Ooh.
out at you.
Ooh, okay, that's 22 damage.
Yep.
Yes.
Sana leans up from the stairs like, yeah, that's how the Eldritch Blast felt.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
okay.
Khan, I still have Shield of Faith on Asana.
All right, very good, very good. In the meantime, this one is going to, yeah. You see another one into the hole, into the lantern light, and then suddenly down around behind Alaris. Everybody has used their opportunity attacks this round, right?
Yeah.
Except for
Right,
Alsana, I
Spencer?
think.
Nope,
Alsana
Alsana, you
used
did it
hers.
on the other one.
So
Okay.
as it swooshes by you, Kane, just as you finished, you're kind of winding back from that swipe you took with the pole, so you weren't able to attack it. Alsana as well. Goes behind Ilaris and is also going to attempt a forceful slam, but that one less
That
well
one will
targeted.
miss.
All right. And you know what? How close is Kane to anything? Plenty. All right.
Terrifying. All right.
Kane,
Plenty is a terrifying.
Kane, I need
terrifying.
you to. You'll be fine. Just need a strength check from you.
Strength check.
Don't
Strength
like
check.
these
It is
random
contested.
strength
Oh boy.
checks.
Why would you say that I would pass it? Why would you ever say that?
Unfortunately, the charisma check was higher, and you feel this sudden energy grab hold of you and hurl you up into the ceiling. Just boom, and then the energy releases, and you fall to the floor. Basically, it's a total of 10 feet. No, it's 10 feet up, 10 feet down, just pretty much. Yeah, you take 2d6. 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Halved because that is bludgeoning.
Okay, yep.
Alsana
And-
snickers.
Yep. As Kane is suddenly treated like a ping pong ball between ceiling and ground.
I'm just hearing like the pinball sound, like ding 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 ding.
Lights flashing everywhere.
All right, Ilaris, it is your
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah. I am aware. I am acutely aware of this boy that's behind me. Correct.
Yes, you are. The lantern light gets a little bit thin as it goes down into the thing, but there's enough that it's not invisible. You can see it.
I can see it. Perfect. All right. Cool.
And you don't care about 5 feet.
I really don't. Yeah. Yeah. I don't give a crap about 5 feet. Crap. Okay.
Maybe you do.
Unfortunately.
Maybe I do.
You were given a
Uh,
crap about 5 feet.
I was
Normally you
forced
don't,
to.
but it's dark and this thing is kind of got this wavering outline of a shape, and the lantern light
Yeah.
is flickering, especially with Kane getting tossed around. The light got a little bit crazy there, and for just a couple of blinks it was invisible again.
Yes. So, yeah. That's let me see if I have anything. Ugh, I really didn't want to, but I'm gonna have to Misty Step in between Alaris and Alsana and Kane.
You can
Okay.
move through a friendly person space if
Yeah,
you're able to
actually,
get
yeah.
opportunity.
Then I'll actually then just
Just keep in mind the opportunity attack.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I did the Misty Step.
Well,
All right.
have to.
Misty Step, and Alaris is further up the hallway. Anything else on your turn?
No, I think that'll be it.
Kane.
Fuck. Okay, so he gets up, So, if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken, one there,
Yep.
and those are what the lantern light shows, right?
Yep. And you were prone because of all of the hurling up and down and damage. So
Half
that is
movement.
half your movement. Yep.
Yep, he's gonna step to there and
And with that, the lantern light washes in and reveals that one up there, which had previously been invisible due to the cutoff of light.
okay. Sorry, just because it's kind of weird on my sheet. Alsana is there, the enemy is there, right?
Yep.
Okay.
How far can the lantern reach? Further than 30,
30 feet. It's
but-
30 bright, 30 dim.
Okay. Okay.
I just want to make sure they weren't next to each other because I know sometimes the things aren't proper. Okay. And switch bonus action, switch to the Sword of Thorns, and swinging at the person who is messing with Calda.
Okay.
Um,
26.
yeah, just kind of let that be a normal attack.
9 slashing damage as the sword kind of seems to tear through the tattered remains of this spirit, this soul.
Right. And he is then. Yeah. Just second attack. Does that hit?
That also hits.
And let me just. Read one of
How
my
do you want
abilities
to
real
do
quick.
that, actually?
Fair enough. Just basically stick the Sword of Thorns in, and then just the ghost kind of gets absorbed as a plant would water.
Okay. Yeah, you thrust it in, and you see the kind of shreds of spirit get caught on the various hooks and protrusions of the blade and pulled away, almost like bits of fabric getting tattered. And then, yes, it seems to almost collapse in on the blade and almost evaporate or be absorbed. Yes. All right.
Okay.
Anything else?
You'll take one step to right there just to engage the specter, and that will be all.
All right. Alsana.
Alsana kind of like stops and thinks to herself like, "Dear, if any part of you is in my armor, you might want it to not be." And she'll outstretch her arm and cast Sacred Flame on the one at the stairs.
Okay.
We'll
DC 18. Nice.
take a step back and we'll see how it saves. Let's see if she wants to drop anything else.
Dexterity saving throw. That is
Oh.
an 18.
Yep,
That is real
right.
unfortunate.
Yep, then that'd go wide.
It was so close, though. So close. But just as you bring the flames down, the form seems to almost duck, curl away, and the fire envelops nothing and then dissipates, and you see the form straighten again.
Alright.
Look towards you with a wailing, angry expression.
Let me hold on.
Yes?
Make sure a number is right there. Yeah, it is. Never mind. We're good.
Okay.
Make
Anything
sure
else?
she had the +1 from the unicorn wand. I think she'll take maybe. Did she say how fast these things could move?
Fairly fast.
Okay.
About as fast as you and your broom.
She'll just back up to there.
Okay.
Go maybe back to back all a bit.
All right. With
I guess
that,
butt to shoulder, given the height difference.
Yeah.
all right, Kane, this is on you.
Yep.
As you are the most convenient target right now.
Isn't he always? Nope,
19
doesn't hit.
to hit. Oh, nice.
Love the lantern shield.
God damn it.
All right. And with that, it is going to. Let's see. Yeah, it'll take the potential attack of opportunity, and it is going to just suddenly swoosh away from you through this wall, through the next wall, and into the next room. As I double check a little bit of spacing.
I mean,
10, 15. Yeah, it can get pretty far. It can get into there.
definitely take that attack.
It did circle around enough that Alsana doesn't hit it, but yep, that hits. 9 slashing damage as you kind of tear a chunk off of this specter as it moves away. No, wait, I think that was the wrong one. Hold on. No, because I specifically looked at... Yep. That one's there. This one was the one that I was moving. There we go. Alright, and about at the same time, Alsana, as you see that one through the walls, another one comes out of the wall right next to you,
Oh boy.
because you're there, and 15 to hit,
Yep.
12 necrotic, DC 10 con
Wait,
save,
hold on.
but
What's the what does Galda have on me right now?
Plus 2
Shield of
AC.
Faith plus 2 to AC.
Yeah, that still hit.
Mm,
He's a P3, right?
yeah. All right. Take
So-
what damage you need to and make the con save, but remember Calda is there, so you have a bonus to it
And
and
advantage.
advantage. So probably you're fine.
+2, but hey, who knows?
Plus 2 plus 4.
You're fine.
Oh, you have plus 2. Okay, because I'm like,
And with that, this one is also going to back up. You may take an attack of opportunity if you so wish.
I wish she had the feat where she could do it with the spell, but
That hits.
For
One
one.
slashing damage
And
and
probably-
another one cold. Two
Yep.
cold. Round it up.
uh,
All right. As you lash out with the sickle, and you see it kind of just catch the tattered end of this figure's form.
damn thing.
Calda, one door is
Alrighty.
open. You
Yeah,
do
Calda's-
see one form in here, just wavering over there in the lantern light.
just gonna just use 5 feet, bamf up, and let's take 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Yes!
Okay.
Yeah, 1. Ugh.
Hit.
And 2.
Oh, damn!
Hit.
How do you keep doing that?
I don't know. Harkness is not rubbing off on their Eldritch Blast.
No.
You don't have the
Honestly-
invocation for
Yes.
charisma bonus.
I still
Yes.
barely rolled 1s with her.
Yeah, that's true. You had pretty good
Fair
luck
enough.
with her.
Still,
Yeah.
force damage is not resisted. So it does take 2 damage. It
You
would
know
have
what? Good
anyway,
point.
but
Fair enough.
She's gonna taunt it
Oh.
over.
Actually, I'm actually gonna keep that in mind.
all right.
And she's gonna like taunt it over, sort of bringing the fingers up, like, come over here.
Mhm. Okay, and it is that one's turn. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna follow the taunt. It's gonna come flying over, and it's going to forceful slam you. 16 to
That's a
hit.
miss.
That's a miss. And finds that it swipes just as you duck, and it's got nothing. With that, it is going to try to dart away. You may make an attack of opportunity
Yep.
as it swooshes there.
Let's do that, and let's.
Yeah, that hits. 10
one
slashing.
Oh,
2
That'll
fire.
do it.
So 12
That'll do it. That'll.
plus 13 plus 8. Yeah.
33
Yeah, it's-
damage in
it's,
one attack.
um,
Good fucking lord.
Goodbye.
Paladins,
And
man.
with that reaction, I'm gonna use 15 feet of my movement.
Nice!
And
Nice.
kick
And-
down the other door.
Kick down the other door.
Yep.
God, I love Calda.
Perfect.
God.
Thank you for this.
How did you go from rolling 2 1s on Eldritch Blast to that? Good lord.
I have good
Focus.
strength.
Oh my god, yes.
Eldritch
I-
Blast
Calder?
subsidizes the badass.
Yeah.
Although you see a couple of specters. In the meantime, however, it is still one of these left down at the bottom of the stairs. It up towards Alsana at the back here with a forceful slam. 10 to hit, that does not. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And it's going to go ahead and dart this way. So you may make an opportunity attack as it
She already
vanishes
did.
into the wall. Oh, you already did? Okay. I'm pretty sure Kane did an opportunity attack this round. So it just kind of flies in here and is visible in the lantern light, looking around and almost seeming like it would curse you if it could. Elaris, you have options. There are 2 open doors.
Yeah. And I see these 2
You do indeed.
cock boys. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go
Ghost
after
the
one of
ghosts.
them. towards the ghosts.
All right, the
Uh,
first one hits. The second does not. Which one were you aiming at, by the way?
This one.
Okay.
And just for good measure, and because I have a Pearl of Power on me,
Yeah.
why not?
Got to do that beforehand, my dude.
You do.
God damn it! I
Beforehand,
forgot.
yeah.
I forgot I
You-
had to. Because
If you
I always
want-
think if it's the bonus action, I can do it
Yeah,
as a bonus
paladins.
action. But
If you
no.
want, you can have that prepped for next round.
Yeah, I'll have it prepped for next one.
Okay.
Oh, well, you
keep
do
that
still
in
have a
mind.
mulligan.
I do,
You
but
do. I'll allow it.
yeah, I'll do that. I'll use my mulligan then.
Okay.
I keep forgetting that I have to.
Yeah.
Crap, that
Yep.
shit. Only
Definitely
paladins
keep
can do
that
it.
in mind.
I know,
Definitely
I
keep
know,
it.
I know. I
All right.
I just see casting time bonus
It's okay.
action. I think bonus action is the last thing I have to do.
And not always. With warlocks, it's quite often the first. But that
Yeah.
is enough. As just before you pull the trigger, you think, "Oh yeah, that's right," and you cast Branding Smite, and the first bolt.
Can the flame
Bursts
from the
apart.
can the radiance from the brandings might be purple for like Xanthus and whatnot?
Yes, it can.
Absolutely.
What's with you in purple?
No, I don't know.
All right.
That's
I
a good
like
color. I'm not judging you. I'm just curious.
On the second
not
shot, you
Caius. Sana.
On the second shot, you turn it towards the other one and fire, but it thuds into the wall as it suddenly jerks to the side and then back again.
Does the house react to that at all?
Did the house react to a crossbow and its bull?
It did not.
Balls.
As the bolt almost, you know what? Instead of actually embedding in the wall, the bolt almost seems to shatter against it.
Oh.
So we need special fire. Good to know.
If that's all, any movement, go ahead and make. Kane.
All right.
It's your turn.
So, sorry, because this map is, I'm sure, intentionally difficult to see where the enemies are. That's an enemy?
Yeah. Yep. Those were meant to be invisible, but you've got the Lantern of Revealing, so I do not have a better icon for them, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, that's alright. Is there another one, anyone?
Probably
You-
just as
Here.
hard to see them on the map as it is in real life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One that
Real life.
Yeah. You do not see any others, just that one.
In that case, he'll yell over his shoulder. Can you guys handle over there?
Sure.
I'm good.
Alright. He's gonna charge down this one.
All right. Go for it.
Take one
It
swing.
kind of wavers
That's a
in
shame.
front of you, just pulls out of the way just as you swing.
He'll take a second one. And
Alright.
he will, just out of curiosity, really, try to frighten him.
Boo.
Okay. Boo.
Yes, boo.
And it is. Let's see.
Is it alive still?
Oh yeah, 7 more damage. Good. Oh, that's odd. It's not immune
Plus
to being
2d8s now.
frightened. It's not immune to being. How the hell is it not immune to being frightened? It's immune to just about everything else.
What kind of creature is it?
You can scare the living
It's
hell out of these
undead.
ghosts.
Am I allowed to ask what creature it is?
It's undead.
It's a ghost.
It's yeah, it cannot be charmed, but frightened is not on this
Oh.
list. So
I mean,
let's
a lot of
have
undead can be frightened because turn undead.
yeah, wisdom. It makes sense.
Ah!
Wisdom save.
Yeah.
And
It fails.
nope,
It's scared you.
it is afraid of you.
Good.
As,
Kane's so ugly, even ghosts are scared of him.
on that first
Ghosts are
swing,
scared of you.
it seemed to almost bear spectral teeth at you in a taunting manner. But then the second one hits, and that pulse of strength that that forces the blade further in and then through seems to put something into it, and it draws back slightly.
Yo, I just realized how ridiculous Booming Blade what that could be. Anyways.
Blade.
Booming blade.
Oh my god, I hate all of you. I'm making that
Yeah,
attack on my
baby.
sheet, by the way. Booming Blade.
And
It's only
fright.
boo Ming Blade. If
No,
you
capital
find
B-O-O,
frightened.
yes.
It's only that if you do frightened with it.
Yeah.
That's a combo. Anyway, it is still up. It is still holding together, but it's very tattered around the
I
edge
hate all of you.
and looks extremely nervous about everything, as much as there is a visible expression on its face in the lantern
Yes.
light.
Okay, don't just
Alsana.
Because like a big grim, like, hi there. That's all.
Okay.
I was gonna walk over here.
Sana's gonna walk? Gasp.
Yeah,
Gasp.
can't exactly broom around this place.
Yeah, it's a
Kinda
little tight.
small.
She's gonna. That guy down there. His turn next. No, it's that one who's dead. Called is going before it. She'll lean into the room Kane's in
Okay.
and try to go for a kill steal.
Okay.
You
Why
son of a
wouldn't
bitch.
he?
You ghostly witch.
Well, see, here's the thing. We're both literally sons of bitches, so.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, say grid flame.
You're such
All
an asshole.
right.
Such a fucking asshole.
Fuck.
And it takes the damage, and
she's gonna.
yep.
Oh,
Son de mal,
is it done?
yes, it is done. How
Okay.
do you have a preference here?
Just right over Kane's shoulder, and just it against the wall.
Okay. As a
Tries looking at her like, come on!
sudden fire descends and eats it away, and you hear a faint, distant wail as it tatters and falls apart.
Rest now. You'll never have to see my brother's face again.
I had that one handled, Asana. How about the other two?
Yeah, well, it seems I handled it much better. And she'll just kind of walk over and kind of look over Lars' shoulder, see what's going on in there.
All right.
Boon with a calligraphy set. Anyways,
Just in time to see this last specter dive towards Elaris. Actually, it would come at about the side there, since it only has one target. And
Yeah.
it is going to attempt another life drain. 18 hits,
That hits.
10 necrotic.
10
DC
necrotic.
10 Constitution saving throw. I do not believe. Were you part of the ritual recently?
No.
So
You
it's
were
called
left
as
out.
bonus.
So you still get called as bonus, yes. Con save. +2. You're fine.
Hey.
I'm fine.
But you do take the 10 necrotic damage off the top.
Yes.
And this one is going to. Let's see. How much movement did it? 20. Yep. And with that, it is going to. Away from you.
Opportunity attack.
You do.
Eh.
That'll hit for 8 piercing damage. As the crossbow bolt strikes into the spectral form, you see it shudder and like a shred of it fall away behind it and vanish as it starts to flee down the stairs.
Get that bitch.
Alsana just kind
You-
of standing there.
Actually, you see it disappear into the stairs. It is below the staircase. You cannot see it.
Uh-huh.
yeah, that makes sense.
Calda, it's your turn.
Can't see it? Fuck.
You cannot see it.
Okay, we're still going to Misty Step over to the edge of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
So Bob her there. No sign at all, which is fun. She's gonna try and coax it out,
How would you like to do
Just-
that?
stomping on the fucking foot of the stairs. Come on out, you fucking coward! You're already dead already!
All right.
I love it.
You're already dead.
I'm not sure that it's persuasion per se.
It's the same bonus for intimidation or persuasion.
Roll either one. Probably just
Yeah.
roll intimidation. You're not trying to intimidate it away. You're trying to intimidate it out.
Trying to goad it.
Trying to. It is not going to reappear just now because its turn just passed and it's used all this movement. But you are stomping and trying to get its attention. These
that-
are all gone.
Yeah. Was that my action? Or the bonus action?
You used a bonus action to Misty Step. Yeah,
That's
I'll
true,
say
action.
Intimidation's a free action.
Oh, okay. Let's just hold the sword attacks if it shows up.
All right, holding an action. Alaris, what would you like to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna step behind Calda and hold an action of just one attack, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow the full action. Why not?
Okay. one sharpshooter, one regular heavy Xanthian.
Okay. I'll say that once if a oh no, don't roll yet.
You don't hit
Sorry,
it yet.
sorry, I don't hit it yet, but
It's not visible.
it's
You
not
don't
visible.
roll,
But
You don't even know if
I
it's
don't
gonna
know
pop
if
up
it's
near
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I'm gonna have you re-roll that when the time comes, just so you know.
Yes, I know, I
Hold on.
know. That's a shame, though.
I mean,
That's
I'm
a
sorry.
I mean,
shame.
hey, there's still
Sucks.
potential for nat 20.
Yes, but when do I ever fucking roll a goddamn 18?
Here's the
with a
thing. Here's the thing.
sharpshooter?
Here's the thing. Now that you said that, it's gonna happen.
It's
That's how this
no,
goes, always.
Oh.
No, it's not.
Let's just keep
Kane.
it going.
Kane,
Kane is going to 1, 2, 3. Kind of like shovel Sana with his shoulder. 4, 5. And just kind
Or
of look,
Pumpalsana.
look over like, that it?
No, there's one waiting at the bottom of the stairs like a coward.
In the
Oh.
stairs like a coward.
the
Because
stairs
the bottom
like
of
a
the stairs would have
coward.
been dead already.
Well, I'm gonna stand right here in case
It's
it comes up
technically
beneath us.
already dead, but dead again.
He will stand right there and hold an attack in case it comes within range with his melee weapon.
okay, Alsana.
Sana's going to hold a moonbeam. She's going to hold a
Moonbeam.
moonbeam for if no one else hits it and it doesn't come up.
Remember, if it doesn't go off, you still lose a spell slot.
Is that good
Yeah.
point? Yeah. Shit. Okay. Then she's gonna hold a fairy fire for when
Alright.
it appears,
Okay.
or when it appears, or if it doesn't, just where the area it went into is.
So if it appears, you're gonna moon fairy fire it. If it doesn't appear, you're gonna just fairy fire
The floor.
The general area.
this general area.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, given what I rolled, it does reappear. It is going to basically rise into an attack on Calder, like right under her feet almost. So
Okay.
everybody go ahead and get their attack of opportunity.
Fairy
Does the
fire
opportunity
first.
attack technically happen before it can take any action?
Oh yeah, it's a reaction
Makes
to
sense. Yep.
appearance.
Yeah.
So fairy fire goes off. We've got a dexterity saving throw. Where are you centering that? Because more people might be in that. It might not matter, but
Maybe like around there.
Up against the wall.
it
maybe.
succeeds.
Okay.
Succeeds.
Well,
All right.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And
it just
says-
manages to hit.
Yeah, 20-foot cube is a lot
Alrighty.
bigger than you
I
think.
know the AC of a specter that manages to hit. That's,
Yep, it does, and that is
Alrighty,
enough.
That is enough.
That is enough. It had very little health left.
Yeah.
No survivors.
Yep.
Shoot it in the face.
Or
Right.
Alright
unsurvivors.
then. I mean, we walked in, there was already no survivors. They're all dead.
I said no, so no unsurvivors.
No unsurvivors.
So no victims?
That implies that we're doing something bad.
Breaking and entering isn't very nice, you know.
It isn't, but that's kind of canceled out by the fact that there's ghosts in here and we're
Does the
Sending
room quiet
them
down?
Breaking and exercising. Sorry.
more or less, but you start to hear this louder creaking from the walls around you.
I activate my pearl of power to get a spell slot back.
So I'm gonna keep initiative for now.
Okay.
Calda, just as you were about to take a swing, the fairy fire goes off, no effect, but then Elaris's crossbow bolt, whoosh, it right into this specter's forehead as it rises up in front of you and starts to swing claws towards you, and then it just tears apart, dissipates. You start hearing the creaking sounds. You get a feeling of foreboding.
Right. And
Is there anything
yeah,
you would like to do?
Alaris will use his pearl of power for the day.
I
Get a
think we're
spell
still on
slot back.
initiative there, but
Yeah, sorry.
Yep, it is not your turn yet.
Yeah,
Calda.
sorry.
Calda.
Alright, can I get to Asana. Yeah, I can. Sonny needs some healing.
A little bit. She's not terrible though.
Okay, take 15
I think
and
that
20.
maybe like 12.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Save some for later.
Yeah.
She's not full, but she doesn't need to be right now.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all for Calder right now.
I took 2 damage.
I took 10.
I took 22.
I've got
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, Calder got like wasn't the
Oh, yeah, you
22
got
only
forced.
from that force push?
Yeah, it was only from that one force push because it was in that 20.
Yeah, you got ethereally punched in the nose.
Should we get into a more open room?
Like, most likely.
Should we head to see if downstairs is any different?
Yeah.
I don't know. Is
No.
something coming or is something?
Yeah.
Why don't we get into an open room and make as loud of a noise as we can? Bring
Alright.
them to
Well,
us.
All right, at the end of Calda's turn, before anybody else can go anywhere or do anything, you hear this sudden scuttling noise from inside the lower room.
Oh,
You look
no.
over and see the bizarre sight of, I know the token's going to be wrong, but I'm sharing tokens with something, of one of the beds suddenly starting to move, and it
Mimic.
Straight towards
Mimic.
you.
Yes!
it goes gets up to Alsana, and it's going
Oh,
to
Kane had a held
lash
action to attack
out.
something that comes in range.
You kinda did. You were focusing on the specter.
I wasn't focusing on anything, I couldn't see anything.
Sure, sure. Make your opportunity attack.
Thank you.
Gank. Gank him. Just
Damn it.
kill-
Nope.
Damn.
That's what I get. Alright.
Good
Alright.
jorb.
And it's gonna
Sure.
lash out with a pseudopod as from the middle of the what might be called a mattress.
Hmm.
Alsana, that's a hit.
Yeah, that is.
Yikes, that's a
4 and
that's a
7
yikes.
bludgeoning
Me, brother.
damage. You are currently grappled. Escape DC 13. Ability checks made to escape this grapple do have disadvantage. So,
Isn't it immobile in object form?
honestly, I have no idea. This thing didn't actually shapeshift, it just scuttled.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, you can tell that it's not motionless anymore, so you can tell it's not an ordinary object. Beyond that, not so much. In the meantime, there is further noises from the other room as the 2 chests that are in there.
You know, we should have seen that one coming.
Should have, yeah.
I was wondering what that initiative
Not
was for.
close enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
You
wondering
guys
why
never
we're
quite
staying
got
in
close enough to
initiative.
trigger any held actions.
Oh,
So
is that
now-
why those things were moving around everywhere? Gotcha. Okay.
A little
I
bit.
was trying to figure out why.
This is going to scuttle up to its movement, but is not going to, wrong layer, is not going to actually do anything. It's going to hold an action. You don't know that. This one, roughly, is going to, yeah, it's going to actually scuttle out the door using a dash action. Let me get rid of that. And get in between the two of you, but it has not got any action to use. So, that's their turn. Elaris.
I have no qualms with shooting anything within 5 feet, but I've learned my lesson. I'm just gonna put 2 bolts regular in it.
Okay,
Shake the bag. Oof!
that hit. And that hits.
Who needs
15
sharpshooter?
and
Goddamn.
6.
Huh?
All right.
Who needs sharpshooter with damage like that?
15 damage, baby.
And 6, so 21.
21 damage.
All right.
All
The 2
right,
bolts.
I think you can curb stomp the rest of this thing's health away. Don't you think so, Kane?
Yes, but I'm gonna try to get Alsana a bit better first.
Yeah.
Actually, she's got called,
You've got
Looking after
multiple
her.
attacks. It's fine.
okay, just gonna ask, called need a hand or no?
I'm good.
Alsana?
Kind of busy, but I'm fine.
Okay. In that case, he will swing at the one between him and Alaris.
All right.
Lovely.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, that hits for 11 points of damage as 2 bolts, a sword. It's starting to splinter a little bit. It's really odd because it bears the appearance of a wooden chest. So you see wood splintering, but at the same time, there's this weird goo starting to leak out of the holes and the gashes.
Goo.
Okay. He will make a second attack.
All right. Hit for 6.
Frighten it.
All right.
Oh, no, I got something better than a frighten.
Make the chest scared.
So is it still alive?
It's still alive.
Ariel, you said I could do this forever ago, and I'm so glad. Punch him with a lantern shield.
You get a real good swing, but 10 does not hit.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Valiant
I'm not
effort.
proficient in lantern shield.
The shield kind of glances off
Did you
one
hear
of the
audible
iron
face
bands
palm?
over the top
Was
of the
that-
chest.
Was that too loud?
Oh, I'm so happy.
Of like an immediate face palm. Just you can probably
Alsana.
hear that on recording, but just oh my. That was like some could have had a V8 shit. Just God,
Alsana is.
I think I left a mark.
Let's see, how do we do it? Alt. Let's do this. Go ahead and cast Flaming Sphere.
Oh boy. Okay, so that is right in there.
Yep, and ram it right into its back as a bonus action.
Okay. Saving throw against the sphere's damage, which is 6 right now. If that's correct, yep, 2d6. So dex save on one of these things is just that. Nope. So it takes 6 fire damage. All right. You kind of feel the sudden shake up the pseudopod currently adhered to you.
Yep.
As it didn't seem to like that.
She'll almost like kind of. I don't think she can really do much, but she basically kind of like grabbing onto the pseudopod if she can.
All right. Your hand is kind of starting to stick to it at that point.
But she's just like, if I'm not going anywhere, you're not either, and you're sitting with my friend back there.
All right.
Calda, if you would.
Hulda.
Hi there, I'm the friend. And let's just go over it. No, I can still do it from here. Start wailing on it with the greatsword.
You're gonna have to
Okay.
fight the small ball of fire that is my friend. Also the sphere I just cast.
Oh, that's
Nice.
great. Alrighty.
Small ball of fire.
Uno.
Hit
Dose.
for 10 and 1.
For 11 damage.
2.
Dose.
Alrighty.
All right, for
Let's-
another 13. So that's
13.
24.
Let's drop some.
Trace.
Wow.
Paladins,
Alright.
man.
Calda, you are a fucking machine.
It's not in that
Paladins,
ravine,
man.
but it takes that
Damage
20,
novas.
and it's looking really, really, really rough. Like the fire was scorching it. The radiant just blasted into it, and it's looking a little bit dazed, even though it's still clinging onto Alsana with that pseudopod.
You just hit a bed so hard it saw God.
Yeah, I did.
Quote that. Quote that. I want that quoted.
Yes.
How about you drop her there?
You hit a
Little one.
bed so hard it saw God.
Fucking just she fucking just taps it with like the top of her sword. Why don't you just let her go there?
It doesn't have eyes. It doesn't have a face or any kind of expression, but you almost feel it looking at you, shaking, before it deliberately lunges forward at Alsana in a bite attack as the kind of the mattress separates from the
Nope.
bed frame, but it's shaking so hard and is just so tattered and in pieces and falling apart that the bite goes wide despite its advantage.
Is that its turn?
And it is let's see, yeah, it's not going anywhere. That's its turn. Roll those 2d6 and it's got to make a dex save.
Correction, you hit a bed so hard you put the fear of God in it.
That fails,
Alright.
and that's 6
I
damage.
just-
It's barely holding on. Barely.
Crackle.
Yep.
You know, question.
Question.
Can she scythe on that?
I think so. Does it? I don't think it says when you cast a spell. It's just when you do damage.
When
Yeah.
you do damage, yeah.
You can scythe on that.
All
How many
right.
harvest sites do you want to put on that?
She's gonna drop one.
One.
Okay, roll it.
Roll it.
1d10. Oh, come on.
It's barely holding
Yikes. Barely.
Oh, I'm taking such joy in this. You don't understand.
Oh,
Oh.
Keep it up, Orc Boy. I'm gonna ram that flaming sphere into you.
Kane has nothing to do with this.
yeah,
Keep
no,
it up,
no,
keep it up,
this is
Conrad boy.
Conrad.
Yeah.
Keep it up,
Go ahead.
Conrad.
Go ahead, square up. Let's go.
Is that your turn?
Put your hair up
That's
and
the
square
mimic's
up,
turn,
boy.
rather.
Yep.
Elaris. Oh wait, that was the one mimic. I've got others. I'm sorry, my mistake. I'm so
Gosh,
distracted
dang
by
it, I
that.
thought
Ignore their
it was
turns,
fun.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's
So-
totally cool.
All right, there's going to be a pseudopod on Elaris and one on Kane. Elaris, you are first.
Okay.
That's a 13 to
That
hit.
does not hit.
Kane, that's a 9 to hit.
Ah,
As a little pseudopods lash out, but nothing seems to happen. Elaris, your turn now.
Yeah. Firstly. Yeah, sure.
Oh, boy.
Why not? Fuck it. Yeah, fuck it.
I recommend doing that in the one that's not already damaged.
It's not already damaged. This
The one
one.
abo- Yes.
Yep. The one
Oh,
to the
yeah. I'll
un-
Hexblade's Curse that one, and then I will. Yeah, I'll do Sharpshooter on, Sharpshooter off for this one
All right.
here.
Oh wait, you're cursing the top one?
But you're not
Yes.
attacking it?
You gain a +3 bonus to damage roll, scroll, or critical hit on a 19 or 20, and regain +8 HP if it dies. So that's
You're the only one who can
cursed.
do that.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
then I'll Sharpshooter the top one first.
All right. So +3.
Dang it! This is why I don't do this.
Still not enough. Hey, you do it all the time.
This is why I hate doing this because y'all fucking.
Okay. Okay.
You have second attack.
What do you want to do with the second attack? Whatever
I
you
will
want.
just do a regular Xanthan crossbow at the one that's currently in front of me,
Okay.
the one that's heavily damaged. God, I hate.
Nice.
That is the
Nice.
worst roll. That was the worst one.
I'm
That's the
sorry.
That's the worst one.
I am sorry.
This sucks.
Anything else you can do with your turn? Bonus action? Do you want to do anything?
No, I already used my bonus action for the Hexblade's Curse.
I see that. I'm just making sure you don't want to move or something. I didn't think you did, but
No, I'm good.
Kane,
Alright,
you are in a target-rich
Little
environment.
help!
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna smack the one between him and Alaris first, because.
Okay.
Oh, poor Alaris.
We've got the one at the bottom.
You get this help! 11 slashing damage bites into the wood. You see more of that weird viscous goo starting to drip out of the wounds.
Get out of here with that shit.
Brighton. All right, 7 damage. It is holding on. It is barely holding on. A wisdom saving throw, and it fails. It is afraid
I'm
for this
taking that.
round.
Its heart beats out of its chest.
It said it looks pretty hurt.
It's barely holding on.
Glad
Alright.
got it.
I'm going to take out the one in front of Alsana because kill steal.
I
Fuck
just
you,
didn't
Alsana.
wanna- I just
Um,
didn't wanna-
Hey!
I'm sorry, this is entirely to spite
I
Alsana.
know. I know.
How do you want to spite Alsana?
With a grin on my face.
Also,
And then I'm going.
also looks over and
Staring
shrugs.
directly.
Yep.
Yep.
And then Lantern shield the one between him and Alaris.
Okay, go for it.
Of course.
Oh,
my
that,
God.
that does it.
Oh my god, I can't believe that does it. I can't believe that did it. I can't
Yep.
believe the
As Kane
Kill.
whirls and first bashes the sword into the one, scaring the bolts out of it, wheels around, swings the sword down right in front of Alsana to shatter the apparently moving bed that collapses into a puddle of goo, losing all form, and then spins back around and just smashes the lantern shield into the first, and it too collapses into a puddle of goo. There is one left.
And he'll
And he-
step on. He'll step onto the other one and make a bow for Calda to take it. Calda and Alsana to take attacks at it.
Alsana.
Alzana will shrug, have the orb kind of go over them.
Yep.
Around to here,
Yes.
and ram it into his back. As she does so, its front.
All right.
No, Kane, right?
Maybe. No.
Dexterity saving throw. Let's have the 2d6.
So 2 dex saves. So no radiant damage.
And oh wait, which one?
No radiant? Your DC's 18.
Oh, no, never mind. I looked at the number wrong.
Yeah, I'm going. Hang on. What? Dex
Well,
save.
hold on,
dex
what do you
save.
mean?
Yeah, it takes 8 radiant damage and 5 fire damage.
She's burning. She's cooking it from both sides.
All right. As I go ahead and subtract those, 13 total. There we go, because it does not resist any of that. All right. Anything else, Alsana?
That will be her turn. That was her action and bonus action.
Yep. She brings fire from every direction. Calda.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright. Bounce into melee. Should I? I
Oh.
should.
Yeah, absolutely you should.
Bonus action, we're gonna prep this.
There we go.
Action, we're gonna take 1.
Oh!
And,
Oh!
with
Hold
that,
on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. 16, 11, 27,
Hold on,
30,
hold on.
Why do you keep dumb?
30 and 17. How do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Oh
just
my
fucking up,
fucking
man.
god.
God.
How?
just fucking slice it up into tiny mattress-sized
I
scoopy
don't-
pieces.
The chest.
Was the smite
Oh,
necessary?
slide it into the.
This might
no,
Okay.
but it was fun. slide it into the
How many
flames.
spell
okay.
slots do you have
27,
now?
30. No, it's fine. Who cares? 30,
there
55
might be
damage with
something
1
in-
attack. 55. No, hold on. 8 damage.
In that case, I
47.
miscounted.
47 damage,
47.
1 attack.
It had 45 left.
Oof.
Oh boy.
I was gonna drop another smite on it. You don't realize.
No.
Of
You can't,
note-
but okay.
of note, I believe Alaris's Hexblade's curse means that he gets 8 HP from it dying
Yeah.
Yes.
in general. So make sure you mark that on there.
Yeah, I have 2
as
HP that's needed.
That goes down. All right. So you've just you bring the great sword in this mighty overhead chop straight down the center of it, and you feel the flames and the radiance of the branding smite and the divine smite driving the sword further and further into the chest until it has split it fully in half and it dissolves into goo.
Okay, just kind of puts his hands up like, never taking your kill again. Got it.
And with that, you guys are lined up very nicely in a 20 by 20 foot area.
Oh, don't say that.
And it's initiative count 10 after Calda. And the house groans and shakes. Alsana, you hear the faintest whisper of a voice in the back of your head. It has grown impatient. You finished everything that would have killed you. Look out! And with that, the floor opens up beneath you all.
What kind of damage is that?
That is going to be bludgeoning damage due to the fall. And it's a DC 15 dexterity saving throw check.
Everyone's got +4 from us.
Plus 4 to everyone.
Plus 4.
18,
All right, you make it.
16, 21,
Okay.
and 18. Good job,
Okay.
y'all.
Okay.
Also,
Okay,
like,
call it
flicks
coming
up
in
the rope if
clutch.
you can.
Wow.
Yep. As you all leap to various sides, just clinging to the walls, getting into doorways. Alaris, you are holding on to just this little strip of space.
He's got enough.
And-
Alaris is doing the even doorways in the corner.
As the floor just suddenly caves, cracks, shatters beneath you, and you find yourself looking down into a deep, dark pit with wooden spikes at the bottom, lit oddly by a horrible, glowing red light. You feel the house groan and shift around you further. And we're going to go ahead and call it there for the night and finish this next time because it is getting late.
Nice.
Yo, Calda, holy shit.
Calda.
You saved 3 of us from that trap and killed that mimic. Holy fuck.
Yikes.
All right.
As also I was like hanging over the giant hole, like one arm on the broom, like just kind of over it. Just thinks to the ghost in her head and goes, "See, I told you we're a bit better than the usual that came in here." Her especially, and she points to Calda.
Holy shit.
You feel an acknowledgement. So,
That's a good. Huh.
unless there's anything else, call it there.
Yep.
End the recording, and I'll give you guys XP because you went through a
Alrighty.
lot of stuff.
Until next
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Monster House.
Monster
Aria, look in the
House.
Discord.